Sports Encyclopedia. We West Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. You said from day one you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you. Oh, God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
What up? We are in the building. It's Truth Telling Thursday. So tell the truth because we are. It is powered by BetUS. So head on over there using my promo code CoachJB. And we got a loaded show today. Steve Kim joins us, the Korean Coach Sal. We're going to break down all things from boxing to his Miami Hurricanes, some more Carson Beck news, plus all things NFL, Super Bowl related. As you see on the thumbnail, we got the secret weapon for the Kansas City Chiefs Queendom, and we're going to dive into that. Plus a very interesting poll question that's gone viral on all platforms that we're going to dive into. And I'll cook Smitty once again. So pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one, and go on over to our new show as we will begin our LA Slap Nation show next Monday. So pound that like and over there and subscribe. If you're watching over there in a more quiet setting, then pound that like over there as well. So let's dive into it, man. We got a lot to discuss, and it is Truth Telling Thursday. Since TikTok banned me yesterday for saying G-A-Y, I already got a stick out. So let's do it. The secret weapon for the Kansas City Chiefs is and has been the best big game defensive coordinator of all time, which is Steve Spagnuolo. He has been lights out in the biggest games, hasn't allowed a 100-yard rusher in a playoff game since 2018, I believe. He dials up the right calls at the right time. He knows when to bring pressure versus when not to. And he disguises his coverages as well as anyone who has ever done it. He mixes up pressure with fire zones and knows where to bring the pressure from at the most opportune times that give QBs headaches. Spags is the secret weapon, and he is the most dangerous weapon that the Chiefs have, game in and game out. He is responsible for 2 Super Bowls, saving mediocre Patrick Mahomes performances and an aging Travis Kelce, an average run game on offense. Yet he continues to save this overpaid quarterback and continues to stay loyal to his boss, Andy Reid. He turns down job opportunity after job opportunity to stay in KC. But what do I know? Let's dive into it with my main man, co-host extraordinaire, Naptown legend, 317, Far East Sider, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, AR5 defending, Caitlin Clark jocking, Fox Sports' very own Big Smitty. Fuck. Ended the show too early. Can't even hear you, homie. You muted, homie. Muted. I don't hear shit. Bailey, you hear him? You muted, homie. Homie, you muted. Nobody can hear you. Fuck, Bailey. This guy, man. That's why I said come in early, Bailey, right? See, now I'm turning to head coaching mode. This motherfucker comes in late, and then he talks about he's ready to go. No, he's not ready to go. Fuck, start the whole thing over, man. Fuck this guy, man. He's never right. And always on time. Comes in last minute, man. Fuck. Let's start all over. That's what you do when you're head coach. And you get assistants if they're late. So you'd have been fired. I'd have been fired. BPS. Fuck. Realest show on Planet ERF. Pound that like, subscribe. I bet you he ate breakfast, though. You know how he says, I don't eat breakfast. I bet you that motherfucker ate breakfast. As he's restarting his computer, I want to give a shout out real quick and T's and P's to the horrific aviation accident last night between a Black Hawk and a commercial airliner. How this happened, why this happened, I have no idea. But T's and P's, man. Listen, there's going to be conspiracy after conspiracy. All we can do today is mourn the lost. 60 deceased in one of the most horrific accidents. 25 is starting off like 24 did. Always something. Some drama. Fires in LA. Now this. Two horrific, whatever you want to call them, man. I just don't understand. Listen, man, here's the issue. You know, my brother's an airline fighter pilot, and I'm going to be honest. Listen, there's all these conspiracies out there. Number one, we don't do training exercises in landing spaces at night with no lights on our helicopters. I'm just going to throw that out there from the horse's mouth. We just don't do it. So, want to try Smitty's voice? Sound?
Hello,
Yeah,
hello.
I heard you a big ass.
Hello.
As soon as I heard that, I knew you was back, homie.
Yeah, it's been, I didn't do nothing. It's hooked up the exact same ways, you know what I'm saying?
That's why you came in early. I'm going to come in earlier, homie.
Nah, listen, here's the real show on Planet ERF. I got my routine in the morning, man. Like at the end of the day, we here for 3 hours. Y'all not going to give me for a fourth hour. I got a routine that first hour. I'm getting myself ready in the morning. The reason why I asked for the rundown the night before is because of that routine. The rundown ain't ready until 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes for the show. So, yeah, I'll look over it. But me personally, everybody different. Me personally, I like to have it the night before. I go through it. I kind of think through the direction I'm going to go in. And then, boom, I wake up in the morning, we just ready to go. That's me. I'm not saying that's the best, worst, whatever. That's Darnell's routine. But that's just what it is, man. You got it. You got it, baby.
I think you're lying.
Not lying at all. That's how shows do it. That's how most shows do it.
I'm gonna break down your life. Farmer's market at night with your girl. You go to
Saturday morning. So try again.
Every restaurant in LA. Every restaurant in LA at nighttime, 10, 11 at night, 12 o'clock. Here's that football game, basketball game, Staples Center. And there's no way you're looking over the thing the night before. You're at every major LA event. That's why everybody knows Smitty in LA, because he's at every single event every night. He's at Magic Johnson's soccer team game. He's at fucking WNBA. He's at fucking Staples. He's at the
back in the days, we used to have a rundown done before. You forgot about that. You forgot about that. Back in the days.
I mean, you did alone,
exactly, homie. Because I was exactly. So don't act like this is some brand new stuff. That's the proof right there, homie.
You be in traffic for at least 3 hours at night. There's no way you're gonna look over the thing, homie.
Listen, it's all good. It's not like a blame thing. I'm just telling you my routine. I don't like coming on here at 5:20 in the morning to sit here with y'all and just
I think we bond that way.
I
like sitting right here. I want to see you for at least 30 minutes before. I want to sit here and see you. Bond. It bonds us, homie.
No, we bonded for 3 hours on here. We got 3 hours left right now. You can stand for 3 hours right now. It's 3 hours left, homie. We got 3 hours.
You with D Wade and his son and Magic and his son and them and all them, like all them made up cat, huh?
What you talking about?
I'm saying what you do every night. You know what I mean?
Listen, homie. I got four or five. I don't know how many jobs I got. I got 4 or 5 jobs. I don't remember. So I'm a busy man. So my time is precious.
You got 2 jobs and you got 4 hobbies, homie.
You got I get paid good for all my jobs.
No, you get paid good for
what I'm saying is what I'm trying to tell you is my time is precious. Every freaking moment of my day is valuable. You good after this show right now, Jason?
Here we go.
It's up to you. And I'm not hating. This is a blessing.
I got 2 meetings today.
You can lay down the rest of the day. You can go get some AEs. You can go cook. Watch ESPN. Watch Fox. If you want to do some more work, you can. But it's kind of up to you. Like you just kind of drive around. Get on your yacht every single day. Post video. Content create. You can just do that. Real hustlers like me. I'm 31 years old. I gotta work all day. So yes, I'm not coming on here at 5:15 and look at you in belly. So I apologize if that's gonna make y'all mad. That's not my routine. I learned that from Marcellus. Marcellus used to walk on.
Don't apologize, homie.
Speak for yourself. Right before.
Don't apologize for who you are, homie.
Yeah.
Just say I'm not fully in, coach.
I'm fully invested. Trust me. Trust me.
Damn, I got the sponsor that says Smitty not here, fully invested. We can't move forward. So
the sponsor don't know that. The sponsor shouldn't even know anything going on before the show, unless you backstabbing.
I told them that you're late. I told them you're late.
I don't get surprised when I get stabbed in the back. I get surprised.
He a brother. Hey, he a brother too.
That's when I get surprised.
Hey,
baby,
you got that from me. You know what? Crazy. He a brother too. And he was like, hey, your brother be doing BPS shit? I said, who? He's like, your co-host. Did he be on BPS? And I'm like, sometimes he come late. He's like, fuck, I knew. That's why I can't invest in my own folks. That's what he told me, brother.
That's why I can never trust a white boy. Even the most hood white cat, been around brothers, had soul food, know a lot of our tendencies. At the end of the day, in your core, your foundation, you're a white boy. You ain't gonna look out for your brother. Man. That's cold blood. I would never in 100 years throw you under the bus. This is family business, good or bad. You're supposed to stay in-house. Nobody else knows what's going on.
My family comes early, leaves late. Let's dive into it, man. I led the show off, Smitty. Perfect fucking introduction, too. God, like it was so perfect, seamless, and then this motherfucker's in here looking like fucking deaf mute and ruin the whole fucking show. I always want to start the whole show over and just start all over, like just waste 30 minutes. But
you feel me? Be Wizzy? I hear you.
Let's dive into the quote of the day, Smitty, powered by BetUS. Use the promo code Coach JB. Get 150% bonus on your first deposit, up to $2,000. Smitty, it's okay to feel sad after making the right decision. It's okay to feel sad after making the right decision. You can feel sad and be like, fuck, man, I had to put my dog down, homie. I didn't want him to bite a kid out in the front yard. He's so smart. He was getting out. And I was like, God damn, the hardest thing in my life, homie. My dad died in my arms. Putting Stogie down, Ash's daddy, hardest time of my life. But you know what? Fucking right decision, man. Because if he bit a kid or something or bit someone else, I couldn't live with myself. So I had to do the right decision as a grown-up. That's what grown-ups do. They make decisions that aren't always the best feeling ones. But it's all right to be sad after you make the right one. It is what it is.
That's
unfortunate.
I got no comments on that. That's so deep. I don't believe to mess it up.
Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Use the promo code Coach JB. Smitty, everyone has 2 eyes, but no one has the same view.
That's when you should have said it and slid to the side and like laugh. You know how you be like, no one has the same view. That's when on one you should have did that.
I could have, but my energy's been taken because you were late, and so I got to get it back real quick.
You should never let another man or woman take away your energy. Never. Your happiness, your peace, anything like that. You should never let another human being take that from you. That's a weakness of yours.
Smitty, I'm gonna reread my lead-in about the secret weapon for the Kansas City Chiefs, having been and is the defense coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo. He's been lights out in the biggest games, hasn't allowed a 100-yard rusher since 2018, Smitty. He dials up the right calls at the right moments. He knows when to bring pressure, when not to. He disguises his coverage with fire zones and knows where to 1+ the running back, knows how to 1+ the protection slides. He's the secret weapon, and he's the most dangerous weapon that the Chiefs have game in and game out. And he's responsible for 2 Super Bowls, saving a very mediocre, overpaid, underperforming Patrick Mahomes. He's got an overaging old Travis Kelce, an average run game. Let's be real. They don't really come in. You don't think about the Chiefs' run game on offense as something we got to stop. But he continues to save that overpaid quarterback and continues to stay loyal to Andy Reid. Turns down job opportunity after job opportunity to stay in Kansas City. Smitty, what's your thoughts about that take?
No, it's a good take. I mean, I think that he's no longer a secret, though. You know what I'm saying? I think the world knows about Spags now. They should have been known about him, but you know how it is. You Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, the big three, they get all the praise and all the attention. So a lot of times you don't pay attention to the other pieces of the puzzle. But I think now, just because we're looking at the last couple of years specifically of how big time the defenses have been in big moments, playoffs, Super Bowls, of course. Now people are looking back like, damn, like Coach Spags is the real deal, and I do truly believe that he is that what I call it. I wouldn't call it secret weapon. I would call him just like that extra. That what was that?
He's their main weapon.
You said that.
Smitty, let me cut you off right there. Not to cut you off, let me cut you off.
Okay.
You make good point. You're trying to figure out that word. What is he? The missing link? Is he the hidden gem?
Is he the X factor? I don't know. Like,
but isn't he the thing that's most common every single game? Consistent. Isn't he the savior at the end of the day? Is he not the savior and the most dependable weapon on that team, game in, game out? Is he not? That's the key. That's the reason he's a secret weapon. That's why he's a secret weapon to me.
That's tough though, because I feel like I can say the same thing about Mahomes though too.
Not really. Mahomes is average.
Like we know for a fact. So the thing about Coach Spags that I'll give him credit for is he makes sure the game is always in arm's reach. Like even if the Chiefs aren't playing that great, they're never like blown out. It's like, all right, at most they're down 10 at most. Like they're never in a step where they're like blown out. The game's always close. And if the game is close, Patrick Mahomes is going to take it home for the Chiefs. That's just what it is. Like we've seen it so many times. At this point, it's dinner of facts. Like come on, JB. Every time, like tell me you don't get that feeling. If the game is close, it's 2 minutes left, and Mahomes has the ball in his hands. You're not telling me that internally you don't be like, damn man, they probably about to go ahead and win it. Because
not really.
Always
I should do a compilation. Have you noticed when the game's in Mahomes' hands to win it versus when the defense is on the field and they win it? Like, I don't know if we want to do a compilation of that, but show me that Mahomes is just getting the ball, just fucking driving down people's throats to win games. I ain't seen it. I seen it one time with 13 seconds. Okay, they get the ball to 50. They get the ball to 50-yard line. I've seen the defense come off
in overtime where I mean,
nothing,
getting the ball back, dropping down, scoring a game-winning touchdown. He's done it more often than you think. And we can do a compilation of both. We can do both.
I've never seen it. How did he do it last week? He took a knee, motherfucker? How did he do it last week, chat? The defense won the game last week. You motherfuckers are so blinded by facts that you just so infatuated with this motherfucker. It's like the Lamar Jackson, the Patrick Mahomes, all this fucking, you are so infatuated out there that you refuse to believe the truth. Spagnuolo's defense walks off more times than the offense does and wins games.
But like for example, even last week, JB, it was tied up 29-29. Mahomes gets them down the field. I believe they keep the field goal, if I'm not mistaken, to take the lead.
After what, Smitty? After what?
But now we're just talking about football, though.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, the defense goes on the field, then offense goes on the field.
But then Mahomes
so they're both having to do it.
No, but that's not our discussion. The discussion is who walks off the football field at the common denominator every single game. It's not Mahomes winning a game at the end, driving his team down, kick the field goal, and walk off. I ain't never seen that shit. It's Spagnuolo on defense that stops the opposing team from winning. Every time, homie. Like, let's be real. So if Josh Allen goes down and wins, homie, guess what? Like, what are you talking about? Mahomes ain't on the field, dog. It's the defense on the field that stopped Josh Allen. Like, every single time. I'm just saying, it's every single time.
I guess I'm talking more so just late game. I wasn't talking specifically you have to have the ball for the last second of the game. I'm saying just late game in general. Mahomes is consistent. Late game,
but my point is
plays to make sure his team that takes the lead, ties it up, whatever they need to do offensively. If it's late game and Mahomes has the ball, it's like it's damn near you might as well go to sleep because you already know what's about to happen. That's all I'm saying. Now, yeah, sure, the defense might come back on the field for the last minute and a half or minute or whatever, so they have to get a stop too. Shout out to Spags. But I guess what we're saying is it's both. Like, that's really what we're arguing about right now. It's both. I'm not trying to discredit Coach Spags at all. I'm a defensive guy. I know how Spags gets down. I love the aggressive style that he coaches with, the blitz packages that he puts together. So, yeah, I'm not discrediting Coach Spags, but I damn sure can't discredit Mahomes either, though. Like, my eyes work, and I see what I've seen the last 7 years, and, like, what this man is doing late games. It's special. Even in the Super Bowl, like yesterday we were arguing about his performances, and you said, he's only had one game over 300 passing yards, that. And what's my comeback? I said, but in the biggest moments, he shows up. Because he does. Like, that's what Mahomes does. He might have 183 yards, whatever, but when they really need him the most, he's going to make that drive and throw that touchdown or run it in. He's going to figure out a way to win. So that's why I'm saying, I mean, to me, Mahomes has been the most consistent. But sure, you want to give us the Spags, that's cool. But you see what we're doing. Mahomes, Spags, Andy, it's the team.
Not really, because the thing is secret. See, every single day we talk about Patrick Mahomes. You never talk about Spagnuolo. That's why the thumbnail says he's the secret weapon. Well, everyone knows
it wasn't about secret. This last piece we pivoted. You used the word consistent, and you said Coach Spags is the most consistent. That's why we got to this. I'm not calling him the secret weapon.
And he's also the most consistently not talked about weapon. And again, that's why he's the secret. Going into the Super Bowl, if we ask who the secret weapon would be, I would say it's Spagnuolo because he's not talked about. We know about Kelsey and Mahomes and Andy Reid and Worthy now's come on strong. And Hopkins possibly coming on in a big game. And we know about Hollywood Brown maybe taking a top off. No one talks about Spagnuolo and what he dials up on a day-to-day, game-to-game basis, especially going into a Super Bowl with 2 weeks to prepare versus a lame duck OC who's about to take the Saint job. I'm telling you it's bad business because this guy has no clue what Spagnuolo is about to do to him. And if he's 1 foot in the Eagles and 1 foot in the Saints, he's got another thing coming, and the Eagles are going to lose another Super Bowl to the hands of Spagnuolo on defense because I think you and I would argue the same thing here. The game's probably going to be close and tight in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm. It won't be no blowout.
Because they're so evenly matched. We know the defense is going to hold down. Let's be honest, Jalen Hurts isn't playing lights out. So that defense is going to focus on stopping the run and Saquon Barkley, who's been killing everybody. So can they stop and hold another team under 100 yards? I said the same thing about Sean McVay, having never allowed a 100-yard rusher. Saquon has 205. Saquon has 205. I still don't think that was the reason they lost that game, but he had 205 and they lost, right? And then you got
the Commanders. He went for with another
140. I don't know. They ran for 7 touchdowns, so it doesn't matter. They ran the football though. My point, they ran the football. So my point is, we know Spagnuolo's over here dialing up for 2 straight weeks how to stop this this rushing attack attached with run solutions. We call them in the coaching business. What run solutions are the Eagles going to have? Is it going to be a check the box, throw the bubble? Is it going to be get out of run, throw the the RPO on the slant game? Right. Is it going to be checking the speed option with a loaded 8-man box? Is it going to be what are my run solutions and how do I stop them, as Steve Spagnuolo did against Buffalo so well late in games? So that's just the issue. That's what I think. That's why I just think it's secret, because no one talks about them. Everyone knows it, but no one talks about them. We're always going to admit Spagnuolo, Smitty, when they win the Super Bowl, is not going to be on the podium taking the trophy. It's going to be fucking Mahomes. It's going to be fucking Kelsey. It's going to be fucking Swift. It's going to be some bullshit media hype. It ain't going to be Spagnuolo. Spagnuolo's going to be in the office smoking a stick already talking about, yeah, I'm that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's all it is. No one's going to give him the credit, though, that we would in the coaching business. So.
No, I hear you for sure. I mean, you're right. I just feel like that at least this year, I'm hearing him finally now. Like previous year, I was never hearing his name. No one was ever bringing him up. I feel like this is the first year where I'm actually hearing people on media, big media, actually bring up Coach Spags. You're hearing that at Fox a little bit, ESPN a little bit. It's like, okay, I'm finally acknowledging the fact that this guy is the truth. But you know how it is. That's any. I mean, think about, Patriots are a little different because Belichick was basically the defensive coordinator too, so it's a little different. But I'm just saying, a lot of times when you look at these great teams, dynasties, or whatever, it's going to be the head coach, the quarterback, and then the other stars around them that's going to get the attention. That's just how it is. It is what it is. You know, you don't talk about the center on the team unless you're Jason Kelsey. You don't talk about you know what I'm saying? Like, just certain positions are going to get all the attention. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, I do understand why Mahomes is getting attention. It's not like this motherfucker's out here like, some average Joe. Like, no, he's making the biggest plays in the biggest moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw some stat. He's the only quarterback to start in 5 Super Bowls before the age of 30.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I think today or yesterday, I think it's this morning. I think today is the anniversary of when the Chiefs, I think, traded or let go of your boy Alex Smith. And then that was like the beginning of Mahomes taking over. I just saw some online. And from this point on, he's never been anything less than the AFC Championship. Again, it's a team. It's Andy Reid. It's scheme. It's Kelsey. We know it's football. It's always team, no matter who the quarterback is. But the common denominator is also the fact that you got this man at quarterback. So all I'm saying.
The common denominator is Andy Reid, and he's going to neutralize a guy like Jalen Carter. You won't hear Jalen Carter's name in the Super Bowl.
I doubt it.
I'll tell you right now.
I'm going to bet you on that.
You know what? We've had all these guys that Andy Reid's gone against in the Super Bowl, and you know what he does? He fucking neutralizes shit out of them because he knows their best player is and knows how to attack it. Again,
he neutralized the Bucks D-line. I know that.
Because they had 5 of them. They had 5 Jalen Carters. Here's the reason. They got Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis, all right, but he ain't Chris Jones. Is my point. Stop. The chat's over here going crazy about he's the best. He's not Chris Jones. Chris Jones is going to show you why Chris Jones is the best D tackle in football.
Listen, I'm going to give Chris Jones the number 1 spot still, just off the fact of just respect and everything. But I'm going to tell you right now, as a D lineman, it's closer than what you think. And I'm going to leave it at that. Jalen Carter, ain't no say what you want about the off the field shit. I know you like the clap on the football field. He's a dog.
I know it.
Hands,
so is Jordan Davis.
But nah, Jordan Davis not fucking with Jalen Carter though. It's level.
Well, he's different. He's not a quick tackle. He's a bigger three technique.
He good, but he ain't Jalen Carter.
Here's the thing though. Here's the issue. Here's the thing why it's going to show to everyone out there that knows about football. When we watch Chris Jones Sunday, not this Sunday, next. When we watch Chris Jones Sunday on the 9th against who has the best O-line in football, Smitty?
Eagles.
When he does what he does against the Eagles, and Jalen Carter gets neutralized by Andy Reid's system, I don't want to hear the discussion on Monday about who's the best. Because I'm just telling you, Chris Jones shows up in the biggest games in the biggest moments and dominates against the best O-lines. That's what he does.
He does.
Jalen Carter is going to get neutralized in his. Is this his second Super Bowl already, or was he not really yet?
It's his first. It's my point. We don't know yet. This is his first one.
This is his second year in the league.
Yeah, he didn't play the last one. Jalen, now I'm glad he's the X factor. I called it in the damn
that's
game.
why,
I called that and what happened?
That's why he's gonna get welcome. He's gonna get welcomed, homie, to the NFL on Sunday.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. The Chiefs O-line is good, but they're not like dominant like that.
That's my point. That's my point. That's why you're micro, I'm macro. Andy Reid's going to neutralize him by system, homie.
Move, man.
Yeah, you know what he's going to do. He's going to neutralize his ass. He's going to neutralize his ass. He's going to be fast flow, outside zone, pin and pull. He's going to be fucking running around. Jalen Carter's not going to know who the fuck has the ball. He's going to be running fucking sweeping worthy. He's going to come back with fucking throwing the ball quick game to Hopkins. He's going to come back, Pacheco and fucking Hunt, and he ain't going to know who has the ball. Watch. But anyway, Smitty, let's dive into the poll question. Because this is a debate that I can't wait to have with you.
I don't want to debate.
You took my energy anyway being late. Here's the thing.
I got power over you, huh?
Poll question, Smitty. Should the Super Bowl trophy be renamed to the Tom Brady trophy? Fuck. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm biased. I grew up with Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? My whole life. Like, I've never seen anybody greater. I know what type of impact he had on the league. So for me, I'm not gonna say if it should or not, but if it did, I would have zero problem. I would have zero problem. They told me today we're gonna rename this to the Tom Brady Trophy. It makes sense. He's the greatest player we've ever seen in the NFL. He's the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. The most winningest quarterback we've ever seen. We'll never see another Tom Brady. I don't think Mahomes will actually reach Tom Brady's level, in my opinion. I don't. So for me, yes, change it to Tom Brady, and I'm cool with that. Now they leave it what it is, of course. Like, it's the history. I understand the history. Lombardi's a legend. He was.
Give context.
I'm cool with it. What I'm saying is, if they decide to move on to call it Tom Brady, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, like, I'm not gonna be mad and stressed out.
Give context.
In the house about it.
Give context to it.
Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick was the one who suggested that the Super Bowl trophy be renamed after Tom Brady. I'm not sure if it was like a podcast. I can't remember what he was on, what platform he was on, but he suggested it himself. So I mean, that's respect. And Belichick don't know if he say stuff.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just saying it facetiously or what? Because it's hard for me to believe that he would think that a team game that the Patriots played to the utmost degree, because let's be honest, football is a team game, and there's going to be player after player after player every single year. I'm wondering if he just said it that way to, get the best North Carolina quarterback, get the next recruit. I have no idea why he would say that. It makes no sense. It doesn't even sound like Belichick to me, because Belichick's a team guy. So for him to say that, it gives me a little bit of like, what is he saying it for? So let's fast forward and let's say all things real, KCBD and his little wee gonna get hard in 7 years, and Patrick Mahomes passes Tom Brady and gets a championship. Are we changing it to the fucking Patrick Mahomes trophy? So let's be honest, homie. This is not a player award. Now, if you want to name the MVP to Tom Brady, or which Patrick Mahomes could break too, though. So, if it's an individual award, name it after a player. But the last time I checked, grown men lead men in the battle, and leaders create more leaders, and that's what the coach does. And he is the original OG to win and begin the Super Bowl era, Vince Lombardi. I don't think you can just scrap that for a player that could or couldn't, but it still could have his record broken eventually. Let's just say Mahomes does it. You're going to put an asterisk next to it? Are you changing the award? Or, to me, just keep it what it is. Now, if you want to change the MVP trophy, go right ahead. But this is a team award, Smitty. This is a team game. It's not led by one player, one team, one guy. Let's keep it what it is. I don't want to see that, because every year you're going to be talking about the next best thing, and we're going to talk about changing the award again. You host that bitch like this, Smitty. It's a Super Bowl team championship. It's not a MVP award. So I like that you just keep it the same. Don't fuck with it. Like, that's just what I would think. And I find it hard pressed for Belichick, who won all those championships, to say that, because I think he understands how hard it really is. You don't get to go and take time off. You're on offense, defense, special teams, doing all the things the referees do. Quarterback is focused on the defense they're about to play and what the scouting report is for your offense. Like, let's keep it honest. And you and I broke that down with Noel yesterday, and you got a better understanding of, like, damn, quarterback got to do this, this, and this, and this. All that said, the coach has to do 20 times more.
Jimmy's and Joe's, not X's and O's. All-time great coach told me that.
Gonna
You
be
can be the greatest coach in the
always
world, but if you ain't got the players right there to do it, you're not going to win nothing. So let's also keep it real and say
I'm gonna
this.
be honest.
Without having the right quarterback right there, I don't care if you're Vince Lombardi, Bill Belichick, Andy Reid, or Coach Jason Brown, you're going to lose. So, like,
I think, to be honest, if I'm just giving you my gut feeling,
yeah,
I think Belichick was fucking with everybody, and I don't believe he's serious at all. Because I know Belichick, you can't read him ever. You know that. And then he's sitting there, and I think he's like a slap in the face, like, yeah, just name it the Brady Trophy since he's so fucking good. I think he's saying it like, motherfucker, you know how many shitty offenses he had and performances I can point out that I had to save us in to win Super Bowl?
Video. I haven't seen no actual video of this stuff. I wish we had like a clip. It would have been great to be like, to really see how he said it. I just feel like all the quotes I've seen, nobody has said that he said it.
Let's show it. Let's show it, Smitty.
You can't win games without good players. I don't care who the coach is.
Oh, yeah, he's joking.
You can't win without good players.
All day. Rewind it, Bailey.
I found out when I had Taylor.
That'd be a bad boy. That'd be a bad boy.
Jim Burke,
rewind it, Bailey.
Balls, all those guys at the Giants.
He said, hold on.
I think when we got good at Cleveland and then at New England, I mean, it's Brady, it's McGinnis, it's Vrabel, it's Bruschi, it's Corey Dillon, it's Randy Moss, Troy Brown, Lawyer Malloy, Ty Law, Rodney Harrison. Those are the guys that won the games, man. I didn't make any tackles. I didn't make any kicks. That was Vinatieri that made that kick in 4 inches of snow. You got to have good players. And as a coach, you want to give your players a chance to win. You want to put them in a position where if they go out there and play well, they'll have a chance to win. That's what Coach Parcells taught me is there's always a way to win. You just got to figure out what it is, and you have to give the players a chance.
They don't name it the Star Trophy. It's named the Lombardi Trophy.
Maybe they should name it the Brady Trophy. He won 7 of them.
Yeah. I'm thinking he's fucking around.
Because he's a bad boy. It's kind of hard to really, because at first I was too. He sounded like he was just joking, but then he kind of got into his bag. He was like, "No, I'm a Parcells."
He knows. Okay. Like Lombardi's the, like, what do you call it? The backbone or the staple of this thing.
Right.
Like, yeah, he's a staple of this thing. Like, he knows players. Like, he knows, and he knows now more than ever, recruiting kids to come to his college, right? He knows players win games. Don't be serious. Don't get it twisted. But he's also like, I'm that motherfucker. I know what I did. I also took the Giants defense to 2 Super Bowls when I was a coordinator. And I took the Browns to the playoffs, who were shitty organization. Like, he's also saying that too. Don't get it twisted. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. So, like, come on. Like, we argue every day that Andy Reid carries Patrick Mahomes, vice versa. So, like, at the end of the day, like, we argue every day, if Mahomes is in Chicago, is he going to be, you know what I'm saying? So we got to, so the coach matters too now. Let's not just say, go ahead, Eberflus, go over to Kansas City and win the Super Bowl. Come on, homie.
It doesn't matter, but I'm just saying, like, listen, coaches matter. I get you sensitive about because you're a coach. Y'all matter, of course. 1,000% y'all matter. Y'all matter a lot.
No, but I'm on record saying Jimmy's and Joe. So
yeah,
I'm
just saying, like at the end of the day, the game can be played, and you're gonna hate this, but I always make this argument. Like, if we had to remove it, forever, the game could be played. It wouldn't be played greatly, but the game could be played as long as we got the players. If we just got the coaches, then y'all need us players more than we need y'all, but y'all need us more than we need y'all. That's all I'm saying. So I'm saying, hey, when it comes down to greatness and wins and all that, you could be Mike Tomlin, you could be whatever. But if you ain't got no quarterback, it is what it is. You're not gonna win.
Hey, DMV said just name it the NFL Super Bowl trophy. I kind of agree. I'm surprised that DMV said it. I thought DMV would be like, name it Black Lives Matter trophy. But anyway, let's dive into.
DMV keep it real. That's why, like, he's just a neutral guy down the middle. Like, you may not like some stuff he say, but he keeps it all the way real. That's why I rock with DMV.
Name it the Black Lives Matter trophy. That's what DMV would have said. That motherfucker. Name it the Black Lives Matter trophy. The broad that founded that bought 4 mansions in Beverly Hills and now looking for a GoFundMe.
You want the name of the Trump trophy. But hey, we got our favorite segment, our new segment, man, called What's Happening Now. Brought to you by Prospects. So
you on there. You on there. You are you the one with the fro?
Yeah, that's the woman though. Yeah, I could tell. That's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't really like JB grew up in the hood. His foundation, his core is gonna be what it is. Like, just certain stuff. He
you're not sitting here really questioning if I didn't think that was a woman, right?
No, it's not about that. But the fact you even disrespecting that queen, right? I can't believe you, man. It's like you was raised. You was raised better than that. It's certain people in the family and stuff that we don't even touch. It don't matter how we ain't even. We know this though. Grandma, we ain't rock. We just leave them alone. We gonna respect, Mama.
I used to come home. I used to come home, and man, I used to think some things about old girl though. She was bad back in the day. She was bad, motherfucker. She was bad. About her? There was a few girls when I was young. There was 2 girls that I used to come home to and watch, and I'd be like, man, her Vanity. So a lot of people don't know about who Vanity is. Go watch, Last Dragon. If you don't know about that, all you young brothers in here, if you don't know about Last Dragon, go watch Last Dragon. Vanity is one of my all-time.
Find a picture, babe, if you can, because I don't know who she is. Oh, Vanity from Last Dragon.
And then you talk about the culture, and you don't know Vanity is, homie? Anyway,
I don't think so.
And Downtown Julie Brown, MTV. The sister one, though.
Yeah, of course.
No, there was a white girl, too, that had big old titties, redhead. She was kind of fire, too. She was another down. They had 2 Julie Browns. See, I'm so old school and OG, homie. They had 2 Julie Browns on MTV. There was a white girl that was kind of cool, too. And then they had Downtown Julie Brown with the English accent, right? The sister that had the English accent.
Mm-hmm.
So there was those are the 3 girls, dog, that
you was getting money to them. Getting money is the phrase that we used in college.
If they had OnlyFans, homie, I might have been a subscriber.
I bet you would have been on there.
Apollonia was fire, but I was a Vanity guy over Apollonia. There was I was more of a Vanity guy. Did Bailey have it? I was more of a Vanity guy, Smitty. I can't believe you don't know who Vanity is, homie. I can't believe you don't know that. Now that's Downtown Julie Brown.
Yeah,
that's not
Julie Brown.
That ain't the right one. There's Vanity. That's Vanity. Oh, Vanity was fire. I mean, you got to see Vanity in something. Pam Grier was another one.
Pam Grier. Ooh, I was waiting for you to say that. Oh my God, Pam Grier was bad. I just watched her old school. What's the one where she was helping funnel money through the plane with Samuel L. Jackson and y'all know what I'm talking about. I just rewatched that the other day. Me and my shorty. Ooh, Pam Grier looked good. She looked good. Natural too.
Hey, Trey Pope, my Patreon. You got to subscribe to my Patreon. All my videos are on Patreon. You got to become a member on Patreon if you want the coaching one-on-one videos. Smitty, let's dive into what's happening now, though. Since we just took 20 minutes to talk about the broads on there, let's talk about the actual topic. It's happening, Smitty. I don't know what to tell you. This has become a mockery. This is the shit I talk about every day on this show, how we allow instead of coach. A new lawsuit has been filed, Smitty, against the NCAA. A Wisconsin DB, the state of Wisconsin, what are you guys doing? You're a white state. That happens to have football players in it. Nizier Four Queen, who played 2 seasons at a D2, wants a court to prevent the NCAA from enforcing eligibility rules. As Diego Pavia did with JUCO, Smitty. Yep. Four Queen is doing this with D2 now, believing the NCAA should not count D2 seasons. Here we go, Smitty. I don't know what to say, but I'll just give you my thoughts, and then I want you to dive into it. The suit was filed yesterday after the NCAA denied Four Queen's request for another season. He is seeking immediate injunctive relief as he needs a decision by the NFL deadline, February 7th. Now, apparently UW has offered him a spot on the 25 roster. This is the second Wisconsin DB in the news in the last 2 weeks. Former University of Wisconsin DB Xavier Lucas transferred to Miami after signing a revenue sharing deal with the school and then did not enter the portal, potentially triggering legal action from Wisconsin and the Big Ten. So, Smitty, listen, man, we're opening up Pandora's box even more.
It's open.
And by the way, why do you need a decision by the NFL? If you're that good, you go to the NFL, right?
Yeah, just go. Yep.
Okay, so what are we doing here, homie? So this is another way. I'm going to let you go, but what's going on in Wisconsin? What's going on with this D2? By the way, last time I checked, isn't D2 in the NCAA?
Yes.
JUCO's not.
And that's the key. That's why he's probably not going to win.
This holds no water. Now it's let everyone play a limited amount of time.
Yeah, in the event that he wins, which I don't see how he would, it's a wrap. That changes everything. Now, if it's anything less than D1, it doesn't count. Which is would be insane.
What are we doing, homie? What are we setting up our kids for?
Yeah, a guy like Bailey or somebody like could come back and play. I'm just saying, like, it just in the event, again, I don't think they would, but in the event he wins this case, you're right. You hit the nail on the head. It opens up Pandora's box. Because now, like, okay, if you are a former player that maybe, you know, your eligibility you thought ended last year, right? Maybe you had a year you've been working at Amazon, but then you see this, you're like, well, hell, I'm about to go back. Because why not? Because I never played D1 yet, and I'm still in shape. I'm still athletic. I still got some buzz around me, Or a guy who did move to D1 and maybe they played 1 year D1, and they ended up having to graduate and move on. But now they're like, hold on, I only played 1 year D1. My other years was JUCO and D2, so I still got my clock left. I'm just saying, there's a lot of like nuanced situations that could come about this if this ruling were to go through. But to your point, it's AA. I don't see how he wins this. I don't.
I don't either, but I just know that we got to stop this shit. Like, we got to have a conversation with these kids as parents, as coaches, as I don't know, maybe the NFL players and NFL brass needs to get involved. Like, listen, son, you played your 5 years. What happened to 5 fucking years? We used to be embarrassed, Smitty, if we got a red shirt medical or something like that. The homies got medical red shirt. They were like, cats would clown you like, you 6 year motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't want to be in we didn't want to be in college fucking for 9 years.
Yeah.
Like, dog, even military schools, Air Force, Navy, Army, them cats weren't even there that long.
Right.
I don't see, like, everyone out there that's super soft and straight pussy, like Racketeer and all these guys in the chat, they want to give to these motherfuckers who have never given themselves. They've never given anything to anybody, but they continue to want these kids to take, and we're going to give. Then start making these motherfuckers pay for their degrees. No more paying for tuition. You pay for it, player. You want to transfer 5 times? You want to keep going to college? You pay for it. I ain't paying for it with my tax dollars. Fuck you. You pay for it now. Number one, you pay for it. Number two, if a scholarship and you leave, guess what? You get NIL money, you pay it back, and you go seek new NIL money, just as if you were leaving your job, Smitty, and you leave Fox today and you go to ESPN, guess what? Fox don't pay you no more. ESPN now does. You took that risk to leave one job and go get another job because it's a better opportunity possibly or what have you. So then pay that. Then if you're leaving,
with that example, we don't pay the money back. Actually, Fox will give me that last check. Even after I quit, before I get up out of there.
No, what I mean is though, cut that NIL off. That's over. You're over. You're risking on betting on yourself. So go bet on yourself and get a new collective to pay you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying. And you have to pay for your own tuition. That would shut down this fucking transfer 5 times shit. And it would shut down because if we're continuing to talk about student athletes, which is a joke and a mockery and a slap in the educator's face of any of these professors out here in college, let's not beat around the bush here and stop and act like it's education first. Because if it was, then why are we discussing the degrees these kids are supposedly be going to go after? And the rule, Smitty, of the NCAA is what? To be a student enrolled in 12 full-time hours, correct?
Yep.
So if you're enrolled in 12 hours, that means you have to enroll in college and school. That means you either need a Pell Grant or some sort of financial aid assistance or a scholarship to pay for your classes.
Yep.
If I'm going to go to 5 schools, homie, and I have to enroll in 12 hours to be eligible to play football per NCAA rule, then you pay for yourself, homie. Pay for your own 12 hours every semester to be eligible to play. Really now, to be eligible to transfer. It ain't even about playing no more. It's about how many times these motherfuckers can transfer. Then transfer 4 times. You pay 4 different schools for 12 hours.
That simple. Or just listen to what me and Steve Kim been saying, and then go back to the old school transfer rule where you can only transfer once and you got to sit out.
But that's common sense. That's too common now. Common sense.
It's sometimes common sense is the best answer though, JB, and that's what it is. You do that, we're good. We're good to go.
I get it, but my point is, it never should have changed. The 1-year thing never should have changed. You should always have to have set out if you leave. So, that should have never changed. That's my point. It's too common sense. Common sense is just too common sometimes, and we can't grasp the fact that maybe that never should have been changed. Just like the playoff rule to me. 4 teams should have probably never been changed. But that's me, old head, right?
No, I'm glad because now you can see a team.
I know you every year. If they added 2 teams a year, you would run around with your little wee hard.
No, because you're proving me right. Like I've been screaming Ohio State's praises pretty much all year long, especially when the playoffs started. And I was like, listen, bro, I know they got 2 losses, but I'm telling you, my eyes work. This is the best team in the nation, and what do you know? They go out there and they prove me right, beating the number 1 team in the nation. So some rules, it's okay for those rules to change. But yeah, I love this from Keith. I'm glad you brought this up, because I was seeing this. Keith Smith, man, he makes a hell of a point. You know, he's saying, listen, if a coach can stay out of school for 20 years, I don't care how long a player stays. Don't talk to me about new opportunities. You know what I'm saying? He also said this. I just want to make the playing field to be equal. Is that too much to ask for? Coaches can stay for 20 years. Keith Smith, man, this is beautiful. I think it's a strong take, and I want to hear from a coach next to me. What's your rebuttal to this? He makes a good point.
Why are you setting this man up like this? Why would you do that? You're a content creator at its fullest, homie. You're setting this man up.
No, I'm not. I think it's a good point. It's like, listen, at the end of the day, coaches have been promising kids one thing, going into their living rooms, talk to their mom, talk to their grandma, saying, I'm gonna take care of your kid, I'm gonna turn your boy into a man, to have an opportunity to play year 1, and then boom, they up and leave. You know, so
take his text off the screen.
Huh?
Keith, I want to talk to you directly, Keith, and I need to talk to you before we take commercial break. I need to talk to you directly, Keith. Fuck, man. Keith, if you die
Oh my God.
and wake up and look in the mirror, you'd still be a fucking nobody.
Oh my God. Keith, ignore that.
Say commercial break, Smitty. Let's get back. I gotta. If this motherfucker died and woke up and looked in the fucking mirror, he'd still be a goddamn nobody.
Keith, you're somebody, bro. You're somebody, bro. Don't let this fool do that to you. We'll be back in 3.5, 4 minutes, man. Take it away.
What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance.
Yeah.
Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
JB, they got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
Kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
It's a 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. Firstroundperformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me,
I
JB.
might race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is the real deal. You guys got to go check it out. Firstroundperformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
This is nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
this is mine, right?
hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit firstroundperformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their Amazon store.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First Round, the highest quality.
First Round Performance, go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who has spoke to every single NCAA college football 2025 team seemingly on the internet. From Last Chance U, national champion, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach.
What's up, gentlemen?
Coach, just great car, great stick. Thank you for pulling off to the side of the road. Hope you don't get killed here. Honestly, the side of the road, LA, I assume, that's not necessarily the safest place on earth. So we'll make this quick. How do you feel about all of these new coaches now in this NCAA college football 2025 game using your speeches to motivate these boys from one side of the country to the other, Coach?
I feel broke.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Can I get like a royalty or something? Like, Netflix already screwed me. I'm getting screwed by EA Sports now too? Like, holy shit. I hit him up. I reached out to him like, hey, trying to be cordial and nice. I'm a nice guy, you know me.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, EA Sports, maybe I can actually be your video guy, the actual do a real video instead of using my name, image, and likeness.
Oh, shit.
And maybe I can get a little piece of the pie, but nah, it's all right. Just keep sharing my 500 million views of it.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but obviously you are a hilarious, miserable person, and this is kind of is how it goes.
Hey, Pat, I was actually chilling. My back went out yesterday, so I didn't even do my show today. So I just left my chiropractor, and I'm waiting on this damn cigar company to open. They're late, of course. I mean, come on.
Shit. Okay, so life is good. Last question for me, because I know the last time we talked to you, you had not watched the Netflix series Last Chance U. You said that. You said, I've not watched it, but obviously you've heard from everybody. Now, do you see some clips that come across your way? You're like, I don't remember saying that. And then all of a sudden, oh, I killed that. And do you judge your clips whenever you see them? You're like, I murdered that one.
Nah. A broad came over to the house the other day, and I didn't really want to watch Netflix with her and chill. But she wanted to watch the show. We watched one episode.
Okay.
And I'm like, I can't watch this.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. It was the first scene of the cow scene or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, they only made about $4 billion off my name on this shit. I'm not watching Netflix either. So I'm spiteful right now, Pat. I don't want to watch Netflix. I don't want to watch EA Sports video game. I'm like, man, and I can't even get 40,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel.
Well, you're going to the moon. We appreciate the hell out of you, Coach. Hopefully it'll get figured out, and we know the Netflix and chill thing, what that leads to. Bad backs, chiropractors. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach.
Muted again.
You hear me?
What?
You hear me?
Now.
Every time I watch that damn clip.
Shit's horrible. Hold on. It's like under the water or something. Now you're better. Let me hear you again. Muted. I don't hear nothing.
You hear me?
Barely.
It still sound weird?
Now it's better.
Golly, man. This technology, man, is pissing me off, man. I don't even care about what I was going to say now. Now I'm pissed. Oh, man.
Do a poll question. If I had a white co-host, do you think I would have all these problems?
No, you wouldn't, but it'd be a weak-ass show, be boring. Nobody would watch this shit.
Poll question.
You used to have a white co-host, and it was a horrible show. Nobody watched it.
Who was it?
Upside Down Coke Bottom.
What's her name?
I don't know. You never told me her name. You just called her Upside Down Coke Bottom. So that's her name, I guess. Say what y'all want. I helped elevate this show, point blank, period. Even if y'all hate me, that still elevate the show.
They still come to watch you.
Exactly.
That's why I like to have a hateful show. I want you to hate me. I want you to hate me. Everyone to hate me. I think it sells.
I like 12 people in the chat. Everybody else, fuck them. They don't like me. I don't like them, and I like it that way.
I don't think 12 like you though.
Yep, probably 7 of them fuck with me.
Maybe 5.
Cause all the girls fuck with me. They all show love. And then D Jones fuck with me. G Wizzy fuck with me. Keith obviously fuck. So yeah, I got
Josh, tell him, Josh. I don't think cats know.
I didn't say it wasn't wild. I didn't say that, Josh. But wild don't mean successful. Like a show can't just be wild. A show just can't. It gotta be balanced. It gotta have some substance and some context and some points, and then still have a sprinkle of wild mixed in it. That's why our numbers have shot out the roof. Point blank period. But what do I know? That's why Bet US has joined us. But what do I know? That's why we're making more money now than we ever made before. But what do I know? So all I'm saying is it's not just me. Bailey has helped out tremendously as far as being behind the scenes. JB has cleaned up his act a little bit on certain things. which has helped the show grow. We've all played a role. It's a team sport. There's no iron
Back to the
team.
cat, baby. Back to the cat, baby. I cleaned up my act.
Smitty, is that really fact? You think he cleaned up?
Yeah, nah. See, when did Bailey wasn't here.
I've listened to
when I
JB's
first
show
joined.
since 2000.
When I first joined,
Whenever he
JB was
started,
on-
I've been listening forever. He ain't changed.
I'm not saying he changed. He's still who he is, but it's certain stuff that JB will avoid or he won't go into as deep. Even when I first started, we would talk about like AE and we would actually say it. We would talk about AE for like an hour. For like an hour. Literally, you'd be on here this AE for like really breaking it down. And we would say this shit. So I'm just saying, even little stuff like that, like, all right, let's, we clean up little stuff. So
Is that
Luciano? I see the picture, but still, Luciano.
But is that the motherfucker that killed the health organization guy?
Luciano. Oh, the name you mean? Who? Hey, this person's watching when I joined, so it's what it is.
Speaking of killed T's and P's, I started the show off when Smitty had technical difficulties. Man, we had an aviation accident last night.
Yeah,
we don't know why.
That's a crazy transition, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But there's new breaking news in regarding that. There was rumors out there. Nobody knew if it was true, so I didn't want to put them out there. But the rumors are true, unfortunately. And U.S. figure skaters, along with some Russian skaters, have perished on that flight. They were leaving Wichita, Kansas, headed to Washington, D.C., and they found their bodies in the Potomac River, 7 feet deep in 30-degree water. Whether they died from impact or from hypothermia, no one knows. But apparently this morning there is no survivors. I'll just give you what I shared with Bailey earlier, and I just throw it out there, not to be conspiracy theorist, but my brother's a fighter pilot in the Air Force for a long time. These ops at night with no lights on in a path of a international airport, that doesn't happen. We're not trying some shit, Smitty, with lives on hand that are trying to land at an airport in D.C. Like, we're not sitting here trying to fucking try shit out with helicopters, right? Like, is this a game? We're going to shut the lights off and fucking just peel off into a landing airplane? Like, that doesn't...
Let's wait, get some more information. Maybe there was something that happened with the helicopter where the lights was off for a reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get more information. I hate when something like this happens. I don't want to, like, throw out stuff and just... Because who knows? At the end of the day, we lost a lot. Innocent people lost lives. At the foundational piece.
All I know is I'm just trying to forward think it. What all my brother told me was, all I'm trying to share is that these Blackhawks can be flown manless. And that's interesting, dog. That's scary, too. Scary shit to think about. We're just fucking flying Blackhawks straight up in the air with no men in it. And then you got we saw some very critical airline or aircraft circling the area, which is very, I'm not going to say it on the air, but it's very critical when the president and the nuclear numbers and buttons and things like that are sitting up in the air. We do that on purpose for certain emergency situations. They were flying around last night. So it's crazy time to start 2024. We got fires in LA to devastate the whole state of California almost. San Diego's on fire, the Valley, LA, Palisades, Hollywood. And then this happens. Unfortunate start of the year. It happens every year. 24 was horrible start last year. I remember we talked about 24 last year was like, God damn, we're starting off horrible again in 25, man. So T's and P's to all the lost ones out there in both of these deal. It's funny though. It's fucking comical. That people say, it's comical that people say certain shit in the chat. It's fucking unbelievable. Let's dive into it, though. Steve Kim's going to join us here in a few minutes. Steve, he's here, actually, so let's introduce him the proper way. our main man, the co-host of Fearless with Jason Whitlock, and the co-host with Mario Lopez on the 3 Knockdown Rule, our main man, the Korean coach cell, the hidden gem, Steve Kim. Bring him in.
Morning,
Steve.
Hey, morning.
What up, Steve? What up, Steve? We were just talking about the horrific wreck. We found out that it was verified that we lost some damn U.S. figure skaters along with some Russian skaters that were leaving Wichita, Kansas, flying to D.C. that perished in that flight. So unfortunate set of events to start 25 off with. LA's on fire. We got an aviation accident. First time I think there was a commercial airliner involved in an accident in over 15 years. Crazy going on. It's crazy times right now, 2025 to start, I guess, with.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It is what it is, guys.
It is.
I'm not here to talk about that. I mean,
I know. It's fucked up. It's
not an expert on that.
Fucked up start to this 25-year. So, Steve, we got a lot of football going on. To start with, Belichick said, I don't know if he was joking or not, but that we should start and change the Super Bowl trophy to the Brady trophy since he won 7 of them. I disagree wholeheartedly. I think it needs to stay. It's not an individual award. It's a team game played by team, 22 people. I don't think that should happen. Any take on that right there from Belichick?
I think it's a terrible idea. It's the Lombardi Trophy. You should stay the Lombardi Trophy. That's it. I don't know if Belichick's trying to soften his image or anything like that, but you can name something else after Tom Brady. The Lombardi Trophy. I think it was named after Vincent T. Lombardi after he passed away after his first year with the Redskins. I think it was in 1970. I don't see what he's doing here. I don't know if Belichick is trying to give an olive branch to Tom or anything. I don't know.
Or is he fucking around and just saying, you know what, you don't win those without me and helping your shitty ass in 3 of those Super Bowls when we didn't score no more than 13 points. Like, you know what I mean? I can see Bill doing that. I told Smitty that.
Well, they never won. Well, did they ever? Well, let's see. I think the last Super Bowl they won together was a low-scoring game. Wasn't that a 13-3 game?
Against the Rams, it was low scoring. It was a weird score.
But
I remember
some of the Super Bowls were pretty high scoring, though. I mean,
for sure. Falcons.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he was kind of being like, I think he was kind of fucking around with like, hey,
13-3. Yeah, you're right, Steve.
Yeah, that's why we got rid of Golf's ass. But anyway, Smitty, Steve, real quick, I don't know if this affects you or not. I know you probably heard the news. It's just the Wild Wild West. Before we get into some topics with you, there's this kid, a D2 kid, filed a lawsuit against the NCAA, just basically saying, fuck, we need to play forever. I do not understand it. The last time I checked, Division II falls underneath the umbrella of the NCAA. This is not JUCO and the Diego Pavia situation where he found a loophole. This is the NCAA attachment, which is a Division II school, along with D3 schools are all under a NCAA umbrella. I don't know how you sue the NCAA when you're already in it. What are we doing here? What the fuck is this going to turn into?
Well, they allowed this. They gave an inch, and now they're giving up a football field, and now you're going to have a whole generation of John Blutarskis, 8 years of college down the drain. So,
hey, you and Smitty said like make them do contracts and do the 1 year.
I would just put in a hard, fast rule. Age 23, you're out.
Really?
I think someone said, hey, if coaches can stay 20 years, why not players? Easy. The coaches are doing a job.
That is stupid as fuck.
You want to talk about the definition of false equivalency? It's just like, that's like comparing the security guards at a prison to the actual prisoners. They're both in the same place. It's a little different.
That's
Keith. He's the dumbest person in the chat. So
he's just trolling JB. He's just trolling JB. So,
Steve,
you said age 23 is like the.
I'm just making up. Well, look, if you graduate from high school around 17 to 18, that gives you 5 to 6 years.
So what about like the military kids and the the BYU?
Well, yeah, those guys are different. But if you're on your 4th school and you're trying to play 9 years, that's like
But there's always been, we've always had mission kids. We've always Mormon mission, military. Those have always been the
with. But again, I think there comes a point in time as a program. If you need a guy like this, you may want to ask your recruiting coordinator, what the hell are we doing with the high schoolers?
That's the bigger point. Yep.
This is a mockery. I just think it's a mockery. I don't. This is stupid. It's NCAA is at D2, bro. I don't know if you knew that or not, youngster. Yeah. And Wisconsin? I told Smitty, you're a white state. Stop.
They're not a white football team.
You've been a 2 brothers a year show up to your college. Okay, stop. Steve, we got to get into it. Smitty, let's dive into the first take with Steve. This University of Miami, DC going on. Let's go. Let's dive into it.
Is it Corey? Is it Heatherman or Heatherman? I don't know.
Heatherman.
DC Corey, he's talking about what he expects from his players. We got a video here. Let's check it out.
I talked to them yesterday about I want you guys to love football. Like when you walk in the building, I want you to be excited to be here. I want it to be I can't wait to get to the football building. I can't wait to, lift, run, eat, whatever it is, practice, watch film. I want them to enjoy being here. And then when we play, I want to be the most physical team. We want to strike first. We want to strain all the way through. We want to, finish, on the ball carrier or on the ball in the air. But we want to be a physical football team, and then we want to play fast. We want to swarm. And I don't want it to be a thing where we're constantly thinking or we're, there's a lot going on. We just want to line up, understand what your job is, know my alignment, know my job, make sure my eyes are in the right spot, and then go play fast.
Hey, I like this cat already, man. His eyes, he's all 5-hour energies and a line of coke. He's ready to go. He's going to have y'all playing fast and physical at bare minimum. Now, I don't know how smart he is, Steve, but you're going to play fast and physical.
Hey, Steve, is this guy building fucking buildings with no lights either? Is he Amish?
No.
What's going on here?
I think he came in a horse and carriage and a buggy to Miami. The people that know much more football than I do actually like him. He comes highly recommended. But I will say this. I've never actually seen a press conference where a defensive coordinator says, well, you know what? I'm going to be passive. I'm not going to be every new coordinator says we're going to play fast. We're going to be aggressive. There's never been one that actually says, you know what? We're just going to two gap and we're going to really. I don't really like to be multiple. I like to just stay in the same defense. And you know what? I want my guys to really analyze well because look, everyone wins the press conference, but I like this guy. I think he's going to bring a level of intensity and hopefully accountability. Last year's Miami defense with Lance Guidry, who's no longer there, was probably the worst coached, worst coordinated, worst defense I've ever seen at Miami. And they have guys on all three levels that'll play in the National Football League. It wasn't just a lack of talent, although I think the defensive back room had to be remade, which it was through the portal. But again, there has never been a coach that says, you know what, my offense, we're just going to be methodical and boring. We're not going to run that many. Because people would go nuts.
Right.
They would. If any coordinator ever said, you know what, guys, I don't really believe in being explosive. I just like putting together long drives and, just churning out first downs. No one ever says that. But I like this guy. I think we just got a really good defensive back coach. Zach Etheridge, he has a really good track record. If you look at the Miami schedule, guys, it is built to win some games. So Mario Cristobal won 10 games this year. I don't think in terms of moving this program forward, he can suddenly go back to 6-7 wins. It would not be good for the program.
Steve, they got Rutgers has a kid I recruited from Temple before he went to Temple when I was at Garden City. Coach Shaw now, Demir Shaw. I recruited a kid out of high school. He's there, and he said this guy here is a fiery go-getter, great guy, great coach, energetic guy. But like you said, DC's every single press conference they're gonna say run to the ball, intense.
Aggressive intensity. We're going to play fast. But the one thing I do hope is I hope he coaches hard. And I think he makes a great point. If you want to be part of a great program, which is Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, those upper tier, football has to be a part of your life every day. There is no off season. I think the Miami players, I think there has been a bit of a cultural rot.
I don't know if that's Miami, though. I think that's everywhere. Yeah.
Well, I get it, but I've heard stories that players that go to Miami from other major programs, I've actually been told this. These players are like, wow, you guys are easy here. You are
That could be
absolutely. And then I heard another story of a player that transferred out from Miami that went to one of those programs. I don't want to give it away. And I know someone that worked in the National Football League at the time who had close ties to Miami, and he went up to this player and said, hey, what do you think's the difference between XYZ program and Miami? And the young man looked at him with no malice, and he said, you know, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know how tough college football was till I came here. I mean, again, what's easy is not always rewarding, and what is rewarding is not always easy or fun. Welcome to life in the big city.
That could be true. You're right. I mean, every program's going to vary, and there's going to be places, you know, they say Mike McDaniel in Miami, another place in Miami in the NFL level is very similar, right? Is it that Miami, LA, are these cities used to sunshine and females and boats and yachts? Are they used to that? And is it hard to break that? Right. Jimmy Johnson did it. Jimmy Johnson and Don Shula did it.
That stuff's always been around at Miami, but you better get. This is a something for every program. And Herman Edwards used to ask this of every player at the combine when he was coaching in the National Football League. Hey, son, do you love football? And if he didn't like the answer within 2 seconds, he's like, no, we're not giving him any money. You actually have to really like this.
Let me ask you a question. How does it change now? So I used to have my players on a knee, and I say, hey, raise your hand if you love football. They all love it, blah. And I go, no, you don't, you fucking liar. You missed class today. No, you didn't, you fucking liar. You missed fucking bed check last night. And for you to play football here, you need to do those things. How do you now hold them to the fire when the student athlete's kind of been eliminated? You don't have these things. Cats are living off the dorms now, off campus year one as a freshman because they're getting $1 million or something. How do you now hold it over them, though, if you are in this situation? I kind of find that to be hard.
I know how you do it. You recruit and you say, okay, you're an asshole, bench. I one time had a conversation with Tino Dominguez. He's the guy that looks like Yosemite Sam. For years was the equipment manager at USC. Great guy. We had a mutual friend. He's
still there, ain't he?
Wild card. I have no idea. But he told me, and we said, hey, Tino, does Pete Carroll ever scream at anybody? He says, no. He just looks at a guy like our running back room. That's when they had like 9 All-Americans, parade All-Americans, high school top 100. He said, Steve, I've seen him tell C.J. Gable, C.J. didn't go to class, huh? No, that's okay. Mark Tyler or that guy or this guy. And we also have Joe McKnight coming in. So, keep not going to class. Trust me, we have options. That would motivate them. So there's ways you can do it. I don't know if you can be Woody Hayes anymore. But number one, you better get some guys that actually have a sense of pride and actually care about this. If they're only going for the NIL, you are going to create some issues.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, I used to tell my guy, I used to do the same shit. I'm like, hey, dog, don't worry. Your replacement's here today. So don't worry about nothing. They'd be like, huh? Your replacement is here today. He gets on campus today.
Well, so there's a great saying in college football from position coaches. My job is to out-recruit you. Your job is to outplay my recruits. That is the Darwinism that exists in college football at a real program.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed. Well, let's move on to our next topic here. Staying in the college world, Michigan is fighting allegations from the NCAA regarding the Connor Stallion sign stealing scandal. Coach Ron Moore claims to have deleted his text with Stallions out of rage, saying, "I was just extremely angry at the type of person that would do that to this program and these kids." Steve, I see you chuckled right there. What's your take on just the situation at hand and obviously Coach Moore's comments as well?
I mean, Connor Stallions is a great Michigan Wolverine. He played his role. To think that he didn't help and to think that he didn't do it without at least some sort of consent of the Michigan football program, you'd be incredibly naive. I don't know what anyone thought of that Netflix documentary on him. I found it pretty fascinating. I would love to watch a game or a day of football with Stanley. I think the guy is pathologically intelligent. Yeah, I found that guy to be incredibly fascinating. He has like a database of where all NFL players come from. That is proprietary information that NFL teams would pay to have. He actually has a database of where every player lived and where they went to school. So it gives the guy. I'm not. People can say what they want. I'd hire Connor Stallions on my program. I would never admit it. I would probably not put him in the media guide. I'd have him wear disguises.
Hey, he's your street agent, right? He's your street agent, though. We all had him.
Oh, he'd play different roles. I'd utilize a weapon like that. And in terms of the sign stealing, I think it's a lot like the Balco case. Yeah, everyone was doing it. Certain people are just better at it.
Right.
Connor Stallions was not the only guy stealing signs. There have been teams and programs that have been great at it. He took it to a whole different level, that he had a whole spreadsheet. He could break down. He literally took him 1 quarter to figure out what a team's running. I mean, what did you punish a magnificent mind like that? I don't know. I gotta give the guy credit.
Yeah, JB, what's your thoughts?
I said the same shit when it happened, Smitty. I said it's all bullshit. We all still. And for them to say that this is all new, they're crazy. They're lying because they didn't like Harbaugh. I told you it was a Harbaugh thing. It wasn't about this kid it was a Harbaugh thing. It wasn't about the program. None of that shit. It was a Harbaugh thing. They didn't like Harbaugh just like they didn't like me. They didn't care about those kids. That's why the NCAA and the non-caring assholes of America, they can give a less about kids. They care about getting guys in and out. USD didn't like Harbaugh. Stanford didn't like Harbaugh. Guess what the common denominator is? He fucking won. The NFL didn't like Harbaugh when he was with the Niners because he won. I'm just telling you. That's how it is. But we'll see.
Yeah, Connor Stallions, to think that he's just like some super fan who somehow got entree into the program without the approval of certain people. I mean, come on. He played a role. He was valid. As far as I'm concerned, if I was Shaun Moore, I would secretly mail him a championship ring with 1 word. Thanks. That's it. I'd be grateful for the guy.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. No one's able to get this,
access.
this much this much access without something. Somebody knows. Somebody. There's no way. It's impossible. So, shout out to Stallions, man. We'll see what.
And Connor, if you're out there, you're invited to Football Palooza next year. I would love to pick his brain for about 12 hours. The guy is brilliant. I'm just telling you, you could learn a lot of things from him, just in terms of how football is played, what is being played, and who plays it, and where they are from. There's got to be some sort of organization. Maybe it's the National Football League that has enough balls to say, okay, you know what? Maybe we can't have you on the sidelines. Maybe you can't be part of game day operation. If I'm a young general manager, I would try to hire the guy. The guy knows something about the DNA of football that I think is very valuable.
JB, invite him to Super Bowl. Have him there. Yeah. It'll be good time to network and meet him. So
I still think he's a weirdo fuck.
Yeah, well so is Einstein. Geniuses aren't normal.
Hey, Steve, let's dive into. I want to dive into some NFL mock drafts talk. Shedeur Sanders, rumors that he could be a Tennessee Titan. He's not even really performing at these at this All-Star game, and also Shiloh Sanders has been. They show a few clips here and there of him getting cooked. I think he's a little older. I said it all along. I don't think he's an NFL DB. You see Shedeur landing in a place like Tennessee?
Well, they need a quarterback, and they're all going to be overdrafted nowadays. I don't know. Look, the drills with Shiloh are unfair. Those defensive back drills where they have to cover a receiver with no one else on the field.
It's not realistic.
Unless you're Rod Woodson or Dion, you're not going to look good. Those drills, to me, are very, very unfair towards one player.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a receiver and I have the whole football field to operate, I'm always going to get open if I'm a decent receiver. And Shiloh's not really what I'd call a covered safety either.
Nah.
But again, I think most people pegged him as a third-day pick anyway, at best. I'm not so sure he gets drafted. As for Shedeur, we'll see how he does in the interview process. And him and Cam are the top 2 quarterbacks off the board. I guess Cam is the presumptive number 1. and we'll see about that. But yeah, those two guys will probably go somewhere in the top dozen of the first round. Whether they deserve it or not, Coach, that's a different story.
Is there a world where you guys see like Cleveland drafting Shedeur? Obviously with the whole Deshaun situation, it sounds like Deshaun's going to probably miss this entire next year.
Prime allow it?
Well, I don't know what's the latest, but they're claiming that Cleveland might have a way out of a lot of this money due to him re-injuring his Achilles. I know his girl posted some TikTok video that's seeming to may go against Deshaun and some type of stipulation had in their contract. So they may be in need of a quarterback. And I just wonder, Cleveland would be a better fit for Shedeur because at least they have a good defense. They got a running back in Chubb, will be fully healthy next year. I don't know. I can see it working in Cleveland potentially.
Again, is the father going to allow it? Isn't he big on the organization and the stability? I mean, they have a few decent parts, but Myles Garrett, I don't think there's a guarantee he's actually going to be a Cleveland Brown the rest of his career.
Yeah.
He may be the one bankable commodity you have that if you want to rebuild and you want to expedite that process, Myles Garrett brings you at least 1 or 2 first-round draft choices.
Yeah, he's a dog. He's the best. JB, what you thinking?
I wouldn't draft any of these quarterbacks, but I'm just saying that's just me. But like Steve said, though, they're going to draft them. It's the market, and then later on we'll be having these conversations on Whitlock's show and my show and all these shows years from now saying, hey, we either told you so or they proved to us that they were late round pick that was cheap and they were the next Brock Purdy, I guess. You know what I mean? We're going to have those conversations. Are they going to be Trey Lance or Brock Purdy? That's, I guess, the spectrum is how you will weigh this thing out at the end of the day. So I don't know. That's just me. But I don't think this is the worst NFL draft for quarterbacks in a long time. Steve, there's a video out there of Julian Edelman, going off and talking a little shit about a guy that I have in high regard, and Mike Tomlin. Take a listen to this video and give me your thoughts on this shit, because it's kind of ironic.
Exactly what they were doing every time, and they still do what they do. They still do the same goddamn shit that when I was playing Tomlin's defense.
Steeler football.
I'm like, what the? We still have linebackers covering the 3 slot?
Yeah.
Every time we play the Steelers, I have at least 9 catches.
Coach,
you would think that they would change it.
All right.
No, but they do what they do.
Hey, is there a reason why he hasn't won since 2008? Blah, blah, blah. Are you taking this with any credence?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Edelman played. Are we going to call him White Mina Kimes? He played. He could draw up defenses. He could draw up quarters. He can explain pattern match coverages. By the way, there have been people that chart football that I respect, like Warren Sharp. He's been saying this for 5 years. He has. And here's another thing. Where's Mike Tomlin's coaching tree? Where do his coordinators graduate to head coaching jobs? Say what you want about Detroit and Dan Campbell. He's already had coordinators elevate and graduate to head coaching jobs of their own. People have kind of been whispering that Mike Tomlin's style, at least on defense, is very rigid. So, yes, I do think there is some credence to this. Because he's not the first guy to say it, Coach.
No,
it's interesting, though, because when you look at the Steelers, though, the side of the ball that we give credit to is the defense. And we say the offense lacked. They don't have a quarterback since Big Ben. So, yeah, we can look at the film and see that it's the same system, maybe the same things. But hasn't it worked defensively? You know what I'm saying?
It hasn't worked. It's worked to a degree. They are what they are. They're going to win enough games to not be under 500. They haven't won a playoff game in a while. There seems to be a point of diminishing returns.
Yeah, but wouldn't you blame the offensive side of the ball, though, because for that lack?
That's on him, too. He's the head coach.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I got to ask you, Steve, if you're going to critique him, then we better start critiquing Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens same way.
I don't disagree, but they are winning more games, and I'm with you on that. But
hey, I would say it's worse. They got the 2-time fucking MVP. They ain't did shit. I'm just throwing it out there. He's also 250 million. They had a quarterback since Roethlisberger, and he still hasn't had a season.
Oh, so now Lamar's great, and you should win with them, huh, Coach? So it's not just he got the most out of Lamar. I mean,
yeah, he's a 2-time MVP, 250 mil. I would say you're underachieving, aren't you, as a head coach?
If you right now, I think I would still say the Ravens have a window. They have a window because they still have Lamar. I think Derrick Henry still has one more good year left. There's going to have to be a little bit of pressure on Harbaugh. The problem that a lot of Steeler fans have, and I don't mean guys like me. I'm just a guy that watches. Steeler fans have been grumbling about Tomlin for at least 2, if not 3 years. And if you go underneath that post, Coach, that what Edelman said it on that tweet, there's a lot of Steeler fans that do not disagree with Edelman. Take that for what you will.
Let me talk about that division real quick before I ask you a question about another division. Joe Burrow's a defense away from possibly having Pittsburgh sitting at home, Cleveland probably not making it to the playoffs for several years, and then two 1-point games away from beating the Ravens twice. And are we going to start discussing what the Bengals need to do to get over the hump? Because I believe they're the only team that can beat Mahomes. So,
well, they got to get better defensively. They weren't good there. But look, when teams lose a lot of one-possession games, you're probably not playing great situational football.
Right.
You know, it's never just one thing. But the Bengals obviously defensively need to get better. They have a great edge rusher. And Fredrickson, right? Tyler Fredrickson, he had a really good year.
Is it Henderson?
Hendrickson, yes. But so, I don't know. Look, when you have a franchise quarterback, you cannot waste it. You cannot waste it.
And that's my point. When it seems like Zach Taylor has a lot of leash, a lot of leeway. I never really hear his name on the hot seat. We hear Tomlin
on the hot seat this year, though. Coach, when they were like 4 games under 500, there was some talk that he might be on thin ice. The way they finished, I think he created enough momentum to save his job for at least 1 year. But if I'm the Bengal management, I'm thinking, okay, we have Joe Burrow coming off his best year. He's in his prime. We got to take care of T. Higgins. I don't know how that's going to turn out. That could change a lot of things, what happens with T. Higgins.
Yeah.
I think you have to find a way to keep that dynamic duo together on the perimeter. And you have to draft well defensively. And I'm thinking, okay, Zach, I'm not saying you're on the hot seat, but it would really help your cause if you're going to win 11 to 12 games next season, at least.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, when is he going to be on the hot seat for wasting Joe Burrow? That's just my take on it, because, like, you're wasting one of the, in my opinion, the best quarterback in that division. Obviously not the greatest athlete, Lamar is, but quarterback-wise, like, we can argue he's the best in the league, and we're wasting him. He's not even in the playoff.
It's just tough because they already went to a Super Bowl. They went to the playoffs, I think, another year. Joe Burrow got hurt, so they're not going to count that against Coach Taylor. And then, you know what I'm saying? So it's just been so many factors where it's like overall, I don't think he has been wasting them. Now, again, to Steve's point, I think this next season, assuming Burrow is still healthy, it's going to be a big year to see, like, all right, what do you do?
Here's a good point, though, that my boys, our boy Cisco, who will be at the Super Bowl party, he brought up. If Tomlin was fired today, he'd be the fucking number 1 coach hired off the board. Stop.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Let's be honest, Julian Edelman. Let's be honest. He'd be the number 1 coach hired off the board. So, like, it is what it is at the end of the day. Hey, Steve, real quick, transitioning here. Pete Carroll's been hired in Vegas and been heckled by Marshawn Lynch. They're obviously boys again. Everything's all good. They forgot about the handoff that never happened and blah, 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 right? Is the AFC West now the best division in football? It's the best coach division. It has the 4 best coaches, in my opinion. Is it?
What about that?
Is it?
Well, what about no? Well, it's one of them. But what about the AFC North?
Yeah.
You have Baltimore. You have Pittsburgh. You have missing somebody.
Cleveland and Bengals.
But
the Bengals, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you take the West over that right now. With Harbaugh's transition on the high, they're getting better. We already know they're going to play
the Raiders.
I mean, look, you got 3 teams in the playoffs.
Oh, Broncos, yeah.
So I mean, I don't know.
But
Steve,
what about
it's
the
gonna be
NFC North though? In the NFC North, the Lions.
Well,
the
I think there's an
Packers.
expected drop-off, Darnell. If Detroit lost both coordinators, Minnesota might come back down to earth. The Bears are kind of the Bears. You know, in
and be honest. Go ahead, Steve.
The coaching pedigree of that division, though, that coach talks about, it is unrivaled. You know, speaking of that division, Justin Herbert has got to be more than a guy that puts up empty calorie stats.
Yeah, he has to be.
I argue this all the time with Mario because he's a super fan. And I said, Mario, your guy never comes through in the last 4 minutes of a game.
Never.
I've noticed it time and time again. And I get it. Brandon Staley was not good. But you know what also makes a good coach? Good quarterback play in the last 4 minutes of a game. And that playoff performance, I'm thinking, geez, you went Ryan Leaf here, buddy.
I'm a big Justin Herbert guy too, but at some point it's like you got to prove me right, bro. And he's not. You're right, Steve. Every big moment in the playoffs, late games, or when you need him the most, he shows up the least.
I think the West is running football, AFC West, and I think the NFC West is going to be better even next year. And I think the West is running football. Here's my thing, though. Who would have thought after all the great records in the NFC North all year long and everyone talking about the Packers and the Vikings and the Lions, and then the NFC East has the two teams in the fucking NFC title game? You see,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, look, the Eagles are elite. The Commanders are a bit of a Cinderella. You said the NFC West, so that's the Rams, who I think, as long as Stafford comes back, they're going to be puncher's chance against anybody. The Niners, I wonder, did that team die on the vine? That's the problem.
JB said.
You know, Jonathan Gannon's done a pretty good job at Arizona. They're going to be a pretty tough out next year. And then who's that other team I'm missing? I'm completely forgetting.
Seattle.
Well, Seattle. I don't know. They took a step backward, didn't they, without Pete Carroll? Aren't they trying to trade off DK Metcalf now? I mean,
I have to agree with you on that. I don't know.
I don't know why they got rid of Pete Carroll, Seattle. I thought the year that he had was disappointing, but it's not like they went 5-12. They're basically a 500 team. I just would have said, Pete, we got to get going here. But you know, we'll see what happens. But let me see the best division in football. I think last year, this particular regular season, the NFC North with Detroit, Green Bay, and Minnesota, they were pretty good. Now, Green Bay is interesting. You got to get Jordan Love right. There was something wrong. Sean King pointed it out, and I think he was spot on. Jordan Love in the last month and a half did not look right physically. Yeah. But if you look at that nucleus around him, that's still one of the youngest teams in pro football. I expected them to be a little better this past season.
Yeah, me too. I like that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I just think that going forward, now with Carroll in there, after 1 year with Harbaugh, Casey Beatty is fucking such a Queen fandom boy. He doesn't realize they haven't fucking played a year yet, you dumbass, with these four coaches.
But so Coach, what do you do with the Raiders, though? You need a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care who the coach is. You don't have Jeff Hostetler coming through that door. Rich
Steve, I give you three options, and you tell me who you like. Sam Darnold. Do you trade? Do you draft someone to start as a rookie, or Russell Wilson? And then you got Aaron Rodgers on the outside looking in if it doesn't work with Aaron Glenn. Who would you?
Russell Wilson as a 1 year stopgap bridge is not bad. Sam Darnold, you better be careful what you pay him. Because, again, he's not going in there with a Justin Jefferson or an Addison on the outside. You have a great tight end. I tell you a quarterback that I would pick that's going to be a dark horse outside of Shador and Cam, Kyle McCord. I thought he had a really good year at Syracuse. He knows how to operate inside the pocket. I don't know if he's going to move up the draft board, sneak into the first round. But if there's a guy that doesn't have the pressure to start immediately, that you can develop a little bit down the line, it would be him. But again, I don't know. Pete Carroll, he probably wants to get off to this thing as fast as possible. I don't know.
I don't see Pete Carroll ever starting a rookie and going with a rookie.
Well, no, he did it with Russell Wilson, though, didn't he? He did it with Russell. Remember, Russell Wilson was a fourth-round draft choice.
He did.
They got Matt Flynn.
He beat out Flynn.
I still remember it. Matt Flynn was not the big, but he was a free agent signing. He was the presumptive starter. And then Russell Wilson, after a pretty good
from
career
Atlanta,
North
right?
Carolina to Wisconsin, he had a great preseason. I remember watching it going because I saw Russell all 4 years of college. I thought I was a big fan of his.
Me
Played
too.
Miami as a freshman. I think he has a live arm. And I give Pete Carroll credit. He actually said, the money is here, but the upside is here. And he said, let me go with the rookie. That took some brass ones for Pete Carroll.
But I think we have these special guys in these pockets every so often. Russell proved to be special, going to 2 Super Bowls, the best deep ball thrower for 10 years in the NFL, in my opinion. He was a special guy. I don't know if there's a special guy Pete Carroll's going to go with as a rookie this year. I don't see it. I don't see it. Not in this draft. I have a sleeper to match your sleeper. I don't know how good he'll be because of his size, but I like Jackson Dart.
Dart's good. No, Dart will be probably the third quarterback selected. But keep this in mind, Russell Wilson was a 3rd or 4th round pick. So, again, it wasn't like he was a top 20 pick with the natural expectation to play. Pete Carroll just said, we're going to put aside the business. I'm going to make a football decision. That took so much guts for Carroll. It really did. So, we'll see.
Hey, let me ask you, is Pete Carroll good enough, not only as a coordinator of programs and structure, but is he good enough to get this defense? Like, I think him and Harbaugh are going to be very similar. They're going to go defense, O-line. I don't know if he's going to – I would not be shocked if he stays with Aiden O'Connell and gets a guy like Sam Darnold or a veteran in the building and worries about O-line, defense, get him some running back and run the ball and play defense. I would not be shocked at all if he goes a year because this isn't like he can just rebuild this thing with the cap they have and who's in free agency. I don't know if they can go get all the pieces in 1 year.
Right.
And they don't have a franchise quarterback like the Chargers supposedly supposed to have. So the Raiders are like, do I just go with Aiden O'Connell, stay on the cheap, build a defense around Max Crosby, and then go give me a running back and an O-line in the draft where I think is more suitable than it is this quarterback draft. The quarterback draft, I think, would be a wasted pick for the Raiders in this current draft. I don't think – because you're not going to play them. And if there's not a Shador, one of these guys is not coming into the Raiders on a bad roster and fucking balling out. So, like, we need to just that's just my process. That's how I would think right now or ask you. That's what I would be asking you. Do you see him going that route?
No, this is a complete rebuild. You just better get some players. That's all I'm saying.
That's available.
That's available. Yeah.
Look, Max Crosby, if he wants to stay a Raider, I keep him. But if he is amenable to being traded, that's your one big bargaining chip that can get you an extra first-round draft choice, probably a second, maybe another starter. When you have that type of rebuild, nothing is off the table. Like Jimmy Johnson realized that early in '89. He said, I got one guy I can trade, Herschel Walker. And he made that trade, and he probably sped up that process by at least 2 years based on what he was able to get back.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You on Whitlock today?
Yeah, I'll be on Whitlock in about probably 30 minutes. 20-30 minutes.
Oh, okay. No big boxing matches coming down the pipe. I know you've been talking about one
Saturday. Benavidez against David Morrell's pretty good fight from
this weekend. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's this weekend, and I'll be coming back from Britain. I'll catch the second half of that show, watch the rest of it later. So it's a good fight. I'm leaving tonight. I'm actually going to stay in the UK for about probably less than 48 hours. So
you're a bad man, Steve. He just nonchalant. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Britain and then come back. And
it's for the Undisputed Boxing video game launch party. I was invited to it, so I leave tonight. I get in afternoon. There's a party that night at the hotel, and by the next afternoon, I'm on my way back. I got some books I've packed up, and so it's a quick in and out thing.
I love it.
You're getting your Donald Trump on, just fucking all over the place. Saudi Arabia, fucking LA. You're going everywhere.
Well, I mean, the UK trip is a little bit easier. That's at least, I think it's like an 10 and a half there or 11, and I think 12 back. But there's no layovers. So long as I have a book and you can lay down a little bit, it's really not that bad.
No doubt. I've been there once, man. It's a cool little place. But good luck to you. Travel safe, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Be safe. Peace.
Waiting on Steve Kim, y'all. Britain,
man.
I ain't never been to Britain, boy.
Yeah, London. Good. It's cool, man. It's different. It's a different deal. It's a cool little spot. It's a cool little spot.
Yeah, it's a different
vibe.
Yeah. I lived in Africa. He pulling up just to party and come back. That's baller right there.
I don't know if I can do that. I'm staying a week if I travel fucking 10, 11 hours on a flight.
You don't like traveling though. You like to stay put or driving somewhere
an
hour, 2 hours away.
I stay right here. I'll drive to Arizona, Vegas, take the boat out, go to San Diego, go pull some hummuses. I'll go fuck around and do those things and stay put right here instead of getting on that thing. I used to travel so much, I used to like flying, actually. I traveled so much, Smitty, like you do. Like I was, because plus when we played and we flew all the time, like now I have no interest on getting on there with some fucking weirdo wearing a mask and then bitching and moaning about your overhead thing and then some weirdo coughing on you and then bitching and moaning about pushing my all the videos give me fucking cringe vibes now.
Get you a PJ though. That's easy. You ain't got to worry about that. You just have your people on there. You know what I'm saying? It's private situation. You don't have to worry about all the nonsense. You can eat and
now I got a boy fucking copters and shit. I don't know, man. I ain't fucking with it.
I mean, you got you a yacht. Get you a PJ. It's the next thing.
But for a PJ, like 30 mil versus like 150,000.
Just refinance your crib or something, or just, you know what I mean? Like just
and my crib was 30 mil, yeah. That motherfucker, this shit crazy as hell. Hey, good point though.
Maybe I know we'll figure shit out though. That's all I'm saying.
I could figure something out. Hey, our boy Coach Fred, shout out to him. He made a good point too on that discussion about the Russell Wilson and the Raiders and all that, getting him. Remember though, we didn't have early out graduate guys that played at 4 different schools though either. Russell Wilson was a grad transfer, stayed in college, and had a lot of reps. Look at Bo Nix.
Right.
Look at the guys that had Noel Mazzoni loves talking about reps in college, how many games you played. Russell Wilson plays as many games as anybody at that era. So remember, he came in a little more seasoned than one of these guys that are coming out now. So it's a good point by Coach Fred and Coach Cisco chiming in on the discussion here today. So,
yeah, it'll be tough for Pete to turn this thing around immediately. He's gonna need a few years, and then you got to think about just age at some point. I know everybody, keeps bringing it up, and listen, we know Pete is still in good shape, is still running around, good energy, still looks good, looks healthy, but I mean, age is undefeated, and at some point, you have to think that it could play a factor. So, the only reason why I bring that up is it's not like he has 5 years to get this thing. Like, no, I think he has to maybe the next 2 years he's to get this thing rolling in the right direction. Before people start to side eye him or just at some point you just get a little too old. So we'll see. But like to your point, there's no guaranteed guy in this draft. There's no Andrew Luck. There's no just no-brainer type guys where if I draft this cat, our team is instantly going to be better. So I'm real interested to see what direction he goes. If he goes the hardball route, O-line, tight end, running back, or does he just take a chance and go get a Shador and just see what happens? I don't know. It'd be interesting.
I hope they have Hard Knocks in Vegas.
Ooh, man, they should. And they would sell some damn tickets though. If he got, they're gonna sell tickets anyway. But they get Shador, and then with Pete Carroll, and then just knowing Deion will just be at some of the games whenever he can, and being in the.
And I get Shador.
Crazy.
Shador is not very good. Stop. We're not wasting a pick on Shador.
Billy Matt said that he's going number 1.
We're not wasting a pick on Shador. Don't you love when you hear that, motherfucker? We're not wasting a pick on Shador, JB. Who's the motherfucker? Did the Raiders pay you?
You really own the team. Like you own the team. Like
we're winning the Natty, motherfucker. You're 42 years old, work at Walmart. You're not winning the Natty.
You're not winning it. Shout out to 5 Hour Energy, y'all, man. 5 Hour Energy, our newest brand sponsor, man. Go get your 5 Hour Energy. Use promo code and let them know that we sent you, man. That DC from Miami had a 5 Hour Energy for sure. 5 of them.
He was Amish.
Motherfucker was like this. We're going to play fast. We're going to play physical. We're gonna keep it simple. Like that's all he said the whole time.
He looked like the essay, the homie from LA that's been going viral on social media. He does like that. He just walks out with his eyes. Have you seen this cat?
I don't think I saw that, homie.
You ever seen that guy? He a Mexican homie from LA, and all he does is walk around with his eyes like fucking popping out of his head like an essay. My boy knows him. He's from LA. Cisco probably knows him. Cisco knows every Mexican in LA.
Okay.
So, like, I'm curious to see. It's going to be interesting.
What about Ruben? You think Ruben knows him?
I don't know, but here, real quick, man, I got these broads that are gonna host. They're gonna be hostesses at the Super Bowl party,
right?
And this one girl, she's the one spearheading it all,
the leader.
So they actually sent me like 10 broads, and they're like, pick. Can I be honest?
Yes.
They're just all skinny white girls, homie. I just can't do it. And I told her that, and now she's mad. Like I can't. I got a crowd of people that are coming. We got some celebrities coming, but plus we got a lot of my homie, my brothers, real hood cat. I can't have a bunch of skinny white girls.
That's a waste of money, waste of time, waste of visual.
Baby, don't send me that.
That's all she got,
so,
though.
like, there's one white girl I liked, and then I said I want her one, and then I need a new 10, and she's not available now. The one white girl that was decently thick. So
you need to find a competitor, but find the Mexican-owned brand or the black-owned or the yeah.
I got it. I'm just gonna do old school JB.
What is it? Whoa, what does that mean?
Huh?
What is I got it? I'm gonna do old school JB. What does that mean?
I
think I know what it means actually, but I want to hear you say it.
What do you think it means?
It means that you're gonna just go find a few random broads or chicks that you know, pay them under the table, $100, $150, whatever, and have them walk around the way you want them to walk around and service for a couple hours.
There you go. Homies running a couple titty bars too. That's real easy too. So anyway, we got a few options. We'll figure it out. I just want them to be chill because I got my audience is not crazy weirdo fucking touchy weirdos. I just want girls dealing poker, titties out. Couple girls walking around in the lounge, and
No, I'm sorry. I thought I heard something. Just keep going.
No, so like I'm gonna have a girl. I just want your titties just out, dealing poker. We're not touching you, weirdo fucks. We got a lot of people. There's gonna be wives here, and I already told the husbands let you know, so they're cool with it. They're like, I'm gonna have some hostesses walking around like lingerie, and then throughout, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. And then I just want a couple of the hostesses that are in lingerie not to like be just a rail. That ain't gonna be no fun. I could go get a fucking. I'm not doing that. Why would I do that?
Are you doing like some private dances like in your movie lounge? I'm just trying to get a full scope.
Why would you care?
No, not for me. I'm just asking for the full scope of what's going on so the chat can know, so the audience
here's what we got. So at the poker table here,
yep,
there's 8 chairs. So you lose or whatever, you rotate in and all that. So there's 8 here at the poker table, but only 7 players because there'll be a dealer sitting there.
Bet.
With titties out, but there'll be a pretty bad one because I know her personally. She's gonna go around for tips and do the massage. You know, have you ever been to Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that
too. Okay, it's perfect time.
You're not playing. You don't play poker though.
You taught me how to play. So we're gonna have that thrown in there, the cool little Super Bowl thing. I thought, you know what I mean. And she was like, anything I could do, and I was like, well, what you mean? Besides suck dick, no. Besides sucking dicks, no. Do that. So I mean that's where I would, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's a lot that you could do, but let's be honest, I just go around and do the little massage thing like Vegas. I mean, yeah, there's a lot we do, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, you asked me. You have any of them fixing like our plates for us? Like, I would love to have a shorty go get my tacos every time I want them. No, I got hostesses and servers doing that. Oh, baby, okay, cool. I'm saying I don't want to get out of my seat. I want them to go get my tacos and get my drink. I want to watch the game. Hang with the homies, just turn up.
You got tip for that.
I give him a couple of hours.
I think Chris is coming.
She ain't been there since I saw her. That was 2.5 years ago. She brought them collard greens over.
She said she's coming.
Chris be lying.
I told Lucy to come. I told fucking
Lucy ain't flying out.
I doubt it.
They be in Discord just lying.
Yeah, they just be in there talking.
Yeah. But I do
have breaking news though. I do have a little bit of breaking news on a performer that we're gonna have.
Who you got coming out?
I don't know if you've been in my party, Smitty, where I've had actual comedians and shit.
No, I haven't. You ain't did the last couple of years. I did hear Leah was coming out, so that's good. But now, who is it?
Who?
Who is it, homie?
Who's coming?
Nah, Leah. She said she'll try to make it, but who's performing?
Well, look, I got comedians and shit all the time that do because you didn't come around when I had my launch party for whiskey and cigars and shit.
I didn't know you yet.
I know. It was COVID time. We had I had 200 motherfuckers here. Governor Newsom would have shut me down if he'd have known. But, Marcellus, Michael Rapport, we had Eddie George. We had a lot of guys come through. But we had the launch party, and we had comedians, Netflix comedians, Fluffy, a couple Cisco. Cisco brought some guys. He's not Fluffy, but he was Fluffy. But we had some Netflix guys. Cisco hooks up. Some funny. There was some cool cats. And then... we always had some performers. And then I had my boy Mark Jones, ESPN. His son performed, and he kind of sounds like Weeknd. Weeknd actually trained them vocally. Okay. They're from Toronto. He did a good job. He performed actually sang and shit. So it was fun. But we got a good performer. And I just got approved, and they've agreed, and they're gonna do a performance. They're gonna do a performance. Is she confirmed? Really? Smitty, breaking news. She is confirmed to perform at the Super Bowl party. Bailey, go ahead.
I don't think he really got to perform. I'm so disappointed, man. I thought this cat really had Mariah Carey pulling up, Rihanna. I thought he had really somebody coming to perform. He gonna put on what's her name? Dank Demas. He put me on Dank Demas. Drink that whole bottle. That's your punishment. Don't stop drinking that bottle. The whole chat's disappointed. We thought it was gonna be a legit performer. We thought
legit.
What say he got months.
Homie, I cut that clip and I sent it to Ports in a group text. That motherfucker hot.
I know he hot. I know he pissed off. Ports the homie.
Ports hot at me, homie. He said appreciated you defending him and shit.
Ports one of my main homies. Like from your homies, he one of my main homies. I fuck with Ports.
I'm gonna get this bitch, homie. I think
it will go viral.
Hey, Smitty, I'll be real. I've never seen a BBL in the front. Have you?
Nah. My first time seeing it.
She got a BBL in the front.
She gotta get healthy though. On a serious note, all jokes aside, she needs to take that Ozempic and get some surgery for her health. No bullshit at all. This is incredibly unhealthy. It is not safe for her.
But she would die right on the spot if she took anything, right? You can't. Her heart couldn't handle it.
Nah, I think that Ozempic really be working. Fat Joe done lost tons of weight. I think people who really big lost a lot of weight.
That's not a healthy way to do shit, homie.
Listen. You know, we athletes. Me and you, we gonna work. I'm saying she needs it. Bailey got some facts.
You want the truth about Ozempic? It's actually healthy, and the only thing that it does is it suppresses your appetite. I think it's actually a good thing. contrary to a lot of people.
Ozempic has what's called ephedra in it, Bailey, and that's something that when I was in college would fucking put my fucking heart through the fucking chest cavity when I got on the bench. We used to take it every morning, and that was also
tell me that story.
That was also that's a suppressant too. It's a metabolism increaser. That's all Ozempic is. It's the same shit. I would never fuck with that shit.
So
no way.
It just makes you burn calories at a faster rate while simultaneously suppressing your appetite at the same time. Right.
Yeah, and increase your metabolism so your fucking heart's going like a fucking rabbit hamster on a wheel. It's like fucking. I ain't fucking with that. Bailey don't agree, but I ain't fucking with that.
I mean, listen, I don't like taking pills and stuff anyway. That's just how I am. I'd rather figure it out myself.
I'll never take nothing. I want to die saying, you know what? I never cheated the system. I was an athlete, Smitty.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll be damned if I'm going to have to take something to go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got drug tested so much in college, and it was mostly for street drugs. Because, like, on a serious tip, y'all didn't know me when I was playing. Like, if you ask any of my teammates, I was, like, really, like, rocked up, ripped up. So, like, people were really asking, like, damn, like, are you, like, you shooting up on me? I'm like, nah, I ain't shooting up. I'm got good genes. I work hard, you know?
Yeah, me too, though. Me too. I'm going to be honest. Me too. I was ripped up, though. 225, solid, 6-pack. You know what I'm saying? Ripped.
I was 15% body fat, 285. Like, I wish I had an old, like, real picture, though. Be like, so y'all can really understand, like, what that shit looked like. Like, I was like a sculpture. Like, I could have competed in a competition, probably. Like, it was different.
That's how I felt. That's how I was. I was like fucking just ripped, homie. Like,
yeah, I was like so damn like just cock these and strong, like my traps and my back and my I was so damn just it wasn't just big, it was like cut and defined while also being buff. It was the perfect combination. It was crazy, man. Damn, I missed them days. Bro.
Yeah, Bailey, I just texted you. Put those in for me. I was fucking chiseled and like the bitches love me, homie. They thought I was like, fuck. I was so fucking like, you know what I'm saying? They just was like, God damn. Then you know what they did? White boy.
They loved you, homie?
Huh?
They really loved you, homie?
Let's get the females. Let's get the girls. Let's get Lucy, Chris, Jazz, Leah, all the girls to judge my pictures from back in the day. So that with the homies right there. See the homie on the left right there, Smitty?
Yeah.
With his tongue out?
Yeah.
He's 6'9", by the way. He's the #1 security guard in LA. He covers Ice Cube, Mac 10. He covers Snoop, everybody you can think of. Rihanna. He's covered Drake. He'll be at the party. He'll be at the Super Bowl party. He owns a security company now. He was a left tackle for Utah when they beat Pete Carroll's first SC team that first year. But he was my left tackle. My boy Phil Blackman.
I'm gonna do a one-on-one against him as soon as I see him.
My rest in peace to the homie behind me. My boy Panama spoke full Panamanian, homie, a brother, and that motherfucker. The hoes love that shit. Yeah. And he passed away. He passed away on the football field, homie. It was on ESPN and everything. We were in Wichita, Kansas, in the Arena Football League. He had played with the Niners, played at Nevada, Reno. Julian Yearwood was his name. Shout out to Julian. The two homies right here, Drucker. I remember everybody, man. This was Arena League right here. We were in Hawaii right here, Smitty. We were in Hawaii right here. And, yeah, I had hoes like a motherfucker. Show the other one, Bailey. Look at how lean and in shape I was, homie. God damn. The hoes love that shit. Ooh, love the hoes love me. I was taller, too.
You a little taller, bro?
You know you shrink when you do shrink when you die? Bailey over there shaking his head. I got teeth, Bailey, something. So my grandpa was 6'4". He died at 5'11".
But you shrink when you get real old, though. You don't shrink.
Nah, your spine compresses, your vertebrae compress, and you start to lose inches. That's just fact.
You gotta start stretching more too, though. So that's part of you. That's probably just you.
I don't stretch.
I know you don't. Your spine, you're gonna be short as fuck when you die, because all you do is drink liquor and smoke, and you don't do nothing to like try to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't say rate Leah. Don't rate my homies. Rate me.
Right. Don't try to like. Leah always try to find a way to like duck and dodge. No, he said what he said. Rate him.
I need a rating from. I need all girls rating all the way through the thing. Rate the whole. I need me rated real quick.
Yeah, we're not gonna move on until y'all do that. So we need everyone else to do it.
That's number one. There's number two. Rate that real quick.
Yep, I'm not gonna move on. It's free.
I'm not
game
leaving
Thursday.
until you rate it.
Free game Thursday.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see another one.
Now you got Leah talking crazy. Everybody, you know what's funny? Everybody really think like I'm super short. Like they really think I'm like 5'6" or something like that. It's funny. I posted a video and baby girl on Instagram. It was like a couple months ago. She commented. She was like, "Oh damn!" She was like, "Smitty's actually like big." I'm like, yeah. There you go. Lucy said 10 out of 10. There you go. So Lucy said he bad. He 10 out of 10. He perfect. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
She didn't say he bad and all that though.
That's what she said. That's what Lucy just said, homie.
Let me see. What Leah say?
Leah said she didn't really like it. That's how they be. Homie be hating on you. Leah said she didn't really like it.
No,
she ain't said that
what?
shit at all, did she? No,
you know what I got? You know what I got? I got a. Hold on, homie. Hold on,
women here,
homie.
they love you, homie. I ain't gonna.
Hold on, homie. I don't know where the show turned. I gotta show you this one thing. Me and Tony Gonzalez went to get a Ferrari one day.
You and Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, let me see if I have it. He had just signed a deal, like a 10-year deal with the Chiefs.
You a bad boy.
Let me see if I have it. God damn it, I had it too. I was in shape, dog. I just got cut for the second time by the Chiefs.
Damn, be like that.
Let's see. Fuck.
I'm about to get in shape this week. Fuck, I'm gonna go hard for 1 week.
I don't know.
I mean, you were looking. Yeah, I'm going to Super Bowl next week, JB, next Wednesday. So I don't know. We got to figure shit out Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, I hold it down. It's easy. It's not a big deal.
We got to figure it out. I got a late night flight Wednesday night. Get there. Oh, here we go. I couldn't find this old picture.
I got a shit, man.
This ain't really even about like looking good. This is about we talking about being swole. So that was the initial conversation. We showed it before. This is old.
Damn, man. I had this fucking pit. I don't know where I put it.
Man, throw that in there real quick. That just showing how big your boy used to be. Like, I was really like different. Like that's me, my boy Ian. Ian was sort of fucking strong. He was stronger than me a little bit. You look at Ian traps next to mine. White people is just not as defined as brothers, but his traps was crazy. That was years ago though. That's years ago though, man. Like
who was?
My homie, he's offensive lineman, North Carolina cat country, walk around cameras with a gallon of water all day. You know what I'm talking about. Don't eat nothing but fucking baked chicken and veggies and potato. You know what I'm saying? One of them real country motherfuckers. But in the weight room, we'd always compete. You know, that was my guy. You feel me?
Damn, homie, I cannot fucking find this motherfucker, man.
I know you got it somewhere. So this is me back in the day. Like this is just like I'm trying to give y'all this idea how I used to really look like from a muscle standpoint.
Yeah,
like,
I saw that pitch. I wasn't too impressed.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm not expecting you to be impressed. I'm just trying to show you like I was really rocked up solid though. Like just like it's crazy. And like the best thing about me was my legs. And like, you ain't even seen the legs, but this is just showing you just kind of how swole Smitty like really was. The boy's still strong. I'm just like not that level no more. There's no point to lift like that at this point, you know, in time. I'm an old man now, so this shit was just different back in the days, man. It was different, man. I love it, man.
Yeah. Fuck.
Damn, man. You can't find it, homie.
Forget it. I had some other shit, but I was like, fuck it.
Damn, man. How come you can't find that shit, homie?
I was gonna put a dick pic in there. But anyway, let's move on.
That'd be my last show. If you did some weak shit like that, it'd be my last show. If you did some shit like that, I'd be so pissed. I'd cuss your ass out, and I would be my last show. I might want to see your fucking little ass shit, bro. Nobody trying to see that shit, homie. You know, nobody trying to see that shit. Most women don't even like dick pics. Contrary to belief, most women don't just like that. They don't like to just see it by itself. They don't do nothing for them. Contrary to belief.
They actually do. They actually do. They just don't tell you. They act like they don't.
They want to see they don't mind it being out, but they want to see the full like torso with the like this. My shit do this. Send it to it right now on the Discord.
I gotta piss, man.
Send it to it right now. Send it to it right now, JB, on the Discord right now.
3 minutes. We'll be back in 3 minutes, Smitty.
Hey, 3 minutes. We'll be right back.
Dude, man, bring him in, man.
Yeah, let's see a Phil. Yeah. What's up, boy?
You're not like us. What's going on, man? Big dog.
Hey, is he there?
Yo,
Skip a screen.
They froze. Oh, there you
go. There you go. Hey, you hear me?
I hear y'all. Let's go. Y'all got that prepaid? Y'all got prepaid cellular over there? What the hell? Let's go.
No, that was your shit. I don't know what happened.
No, yeah, you messed us up.
Marcel's got that cricket. He got cricket. Hey, dog, let me ask you. Will you ever be on the boat, on the yacht again? That's all I got to know.
Hell no. I'm going to cut you off. First of all, I should have known it was a captain from Compton. This ain't going to go right. I'm like, man. And then I get on the boat. It's a beautiful boat. Thank you for the whole experience, for real. We were only together like 4-5 hours. Almost died twice, but still, it was still a great ride, man. We were kicking it. Where we go from Long Beach to Huntington Beach in like 3 minutes. Stopped and had some drinks, some barbecue, kicked it tough. And Smitty, I should have just took an Uber from there. Should have got back on that damn boat, man. We get back on the boat. Next thing you know, JB and me just chilling, talking, trying to light one up, and then we look. We moving. We out. We in the middle of the ocean. I'm like, what the hell we doing?
Ruben's in the chat right now, Marcel. So here's a story, Smitty. You want to hear this real quick?
Tell a real story.
Spree's in the water. My boy Spree's in the water. Ruben's on the boat. Marcellus is yelling at Spree in the water and calling him Ruben. So hold on. So Ruben's on the boat. Hey, Smitty, Ruben's on the boat. Ruben and Marcellus get into a full-blown ass conversation about, and no, I'm Ruben. And I'm like, hold up, homie. Spree's in the water. Ruben is... Marcel's like, oh, you Ruben, I'm tripping. Spree's in the water. They got a whole blown conversation. I'm like, homie's in the water.
They be Spree for his life, and they over here arguing about some.
Oh, we over here yelling about his birth certificate. Hey, dog, we couldn't look worse because not only is, JB, so all of a sudden cats start coming up, not trying to help us. They trying to film us, trying to get us all caught up viral. JB snapping at them. I'm like, yo, Ruben, Spree is in the damn water. And he got on the whole full jean suit. Like, he looking like straight from the Compton swap meet. I'm like, dog, he drowning, it look like, because it's too heavy. Right. We on the boat. And the best part is Steve Kim, he played his part. He tapped out. He didn't say one word, didn't help one thing, didn't help nobody. He just held my beer.
Hey, Marcel, that motherfucker straight out of Hangover, too.
Did he?
Like, no, look, he looked like the cat on Hangover, the Asian cat on Hangover. Look, I'm like, God damn. He was just watching shit. I'm like, he don't want no part of this shit. He don't want to be on the affidavit.
Spree somehow still has his cigar in his mouth the whole time. He drowned.
He got a
cigar in his mouth the whole time.
Wait, this is the craziest part, and I don't even know if we can highlight it because you can't see it on camera. His phone, he threw his phone out the water so it wouldn't get messed up, right? So he, almost drowned. He good. We almost ran him over right here. Yep. The phone is out. He good. When he gets rescued, guess what he does, Smitty?
What he do?
He grabs the phone and puts it in his pocket while he in the water and then gets out the water.
spree.
I said, man, this is ghetto. And then people filming us. We look so hood. It looks so bad. We look
no more hood than that, dog.
Hey, the first thing Spree did was he took his J's off and he dumped them to try and get them dry off. I said, that makes sense. Sounds about right.
Hey, but Ruben broke his cervical vertebrae, and he's in the chat though. Ruben, you're in the chat, but Ruben, you the one that fucked us. So thanks a lot.
Ruben can't die. Like Ruben, he didn't fell off stuff. He didn't broke his neck. He just always bounced back.
I don't know if he got closer than he did yesterday, dog. Yesterday, and when he landed back in that boat, man, that shit sounded like a kickoff in the Super Bowl. I was like, oh, he broke down. He hurt.
The most unathletic. Hey, the cool part is though, Marcellus, you don't even want to hear. I'm gonna tell you a real last story, dog, and get you out of here. I had to have you on the show talk about this. This motherfucker Spree, still drunk. We get back in the slip. Marcellus had to hit the Clipper game. He had to get to the Clipper game, so he bounced out of there, got to the Clipper game. This motherfucker Spree, Marcellus thought. I said, dog, you gotta show me what happened. So I'm slipped. I'm all tied up. We're cool. This motherfucker wanted to reenact that he could get on the boat and get in, homie. I said, dog, you is not the athlete. You're not linebacker at Poly. You're not the cat. Hey, he did it though. He made it in the boat. He tried that shit. He's like, I got to do it, homie. I got to do it so I can sleep tonight, knowing I could have did it. I said, why'd you try it? He said, dog, when I pushed it, the boat went off, and I thought it was the same spot it was. Homie.
Hey, Smitty, we kept trying to save him, and you know how heavy you are in the water, especially with a jean suit on. And then he couldn't pull himself up, and then JV just kept hitting him with the boat.
I heard you in the background. You said, leave his ass. He said he can catch you at the end. Leave it. Ain't no end. Ain't no end. He gonna stop to come get you.
Dog, we was on the 5th down. Dog, I was like, Coach, we on 5th down right now. We ain't got no more plays. Here's the play. Go to the end, have him pull himself out the water and walk that deck, and we'll meet him there. And he was like, nah, we gonna get our homie. And then he cursed him.
Hey, look at it. Ain't no way to get out, though. That motherfucker was stuck. He was like...
My fault. I got this knot in my track, and it's causing like nerve type pain right here in my neck and my track. Even when I lift, my left side is it's weak. My left shoulder is weaker than my right. I've been trying to work at it. I don't know what it is. Ooh, jeez. You ever had a knot like in your trap? You know what I'm talking about? Like your upper lats or whatever. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know y'all was back live. I was working on myself.
This motherfucker gaying up the show.
Stop saying that, homie. That's a weird term. Stop saying that, number one. Number two, you already got kicked off TikTok. Number three, that's not how we're going to make money. There's certain terms that you don't have to use and still be a quote-unquote real one, homie. Stop saying that shit on this show.
Homie.
I'm going to stop saying to you. Stop saying it.
It's crazy, though.
But listen, did you send Jazzy that picture during the break?
Did I what?
You heard what I said. I'm not going to repeat myself.
No, I really didn't hear it. You cut out again.
Jazzy that picture during break?
Dog. I heard Jazzy that picture during break. I didn't hear nothing.
Did you send Jazzy that picture during break?
No. Why would I do that? Don't even have.
She's a member.
So members just get dick pics.
Members get what they want. Like, it's not about just dick pics. She just so happens to want that.
So that means you sent her one then.
She never asked me for that. No, Jazzy, me and her, we have a straight, it's more of a friend level. Jazzy likes you. She likes me as like a host of the show. She likes you, wants you. That's not how it gets down with me. So anyway, man, let's dive into this next topic, man. Cam Newton, man, our guy, friend of the show, had a comment the other day saying that he would not trade is NFL MVP for a Super Bowl championship, and we got the video. Check it out.
You could give back that league MVP for a Super Bowl championship. Would you do it?
No.
Oh.
Really?
Really?
Why?
Because you have to ask it through this lens. That was a very journalistic viewpoint, a vantage point, a response, Stephen A.
And that would
I'll
be
ask you this question, and just to pose this thought: what's more important, impact or championships? You look at a guy like Allen Iverson, you stood up on the table and blah 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 blah. Everybody's not going to be Michael Jordan. Everybody's not going to be Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's not going to be these individuals who have the luxury of saying, hey, I not only dominated this sport, but I also have championships to back it. Like, let me remind you, Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Respectfully, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl.
You're making emotional faces. You should go first.
This is a tough one for me because, like, I love winning and I hate losing. And I'm the ultimate team guy. I promise you I am. But winning an NFL MVP is something that's, from a legacy standpoint, is only so many people that's ever done it. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, man, like, at the end of the day, we want to win. We want to be team guys. But you also want to be a big reason why you're also winning. And if you're able to be the most valuable player in the NFL for a season, out of all these dogs and great players that's in the league, and at the time that he won it, Tom Brady was still in the league, Manny's still in the league, Aaron Rodgers in the league. These are all-timers. And of that year, you was looked at as the most valuable player. That's something that, like, can't nobody ever, like, take that away from you. That's something that you show your kids. Now, granted, you can make the same argument for Super Bowl. You can't take that away from you. But to Cam's point, there's so many factors that goes into Super Bowl to where there's greats like Dan Marino, who we know is an all-time great. Our eyes work, but just never could get it done for other factors even outside of him, right? So just like MVP is something that you yourself can control. And it's like it's your one time to be quote unquote selfish, if you want to call it that. And I'm okay with it. So I guess to answer the question, I would say no. As much as I love winning, I don't see myself trading my NFL. It's tough though.
So you agree with Cam?
Ultimately, yes. It's tough though. Like he answered it real quick. For me, I gotta at least think about it because I really, JB, I love winning. I'm not gonna lie. Since I was a little ass kid, I'm the biggest sore loser. Like that's who I always been. But MVP, I think about how I felt when I got it down, and this is like fucking complete small scale, but just again, for me, this was a big deal. I'm in class at Ball State, and class is about to end, and I get like a notification on my phone from Twitter. I'm like, okay. I just pull my phone out and I check, and it's like, all MAC honors, blah, blah, blah. I'm just reading it. It was like first team, boom, boom. Second team, boom, boom. They said third team. It was like Darnell Smith. And I was like, literally, I'm in class. And for me, you got to think, it's humble beginnings. It's like, damn, like I just know my role. I was a late bloomer. I wasn't some freak athlete. So like for me, the feeling I had that day and in that moment of being considered one of the best players in the conference. And that's just at a college level, and that's the MAC level, and that's third. Like it's way smaller than anything ever touching that. But I'm just using my own experience to give you guys just like some context. Like I felt amazing. Like couldn't nobody take that away from me because I know how hard I worked to earn that. So to compare that to like the NFL MVP, like I just don't see myself being able to trade that away. So.
Macro level wise, let's talk about it. His teammates. I don't know if you win an MVP without any of those 10 other guys on offense maybe even some of those guys on defense that helped you get the ball at ample opportunity. I would like to know what what his teammates are thinking right now after he said that. That's one question I have before I give you my answer. I think I would ask that because he didn't do that on his own. He had Steve Smith, right? I'm pretty sure, yeah. I think he threw for like right out the gate, like 3 or 4 400-yard games, and then never did it again in his entire career. So he came out like a barn burner, coming out the gate, was freaking it that year. What does his teammates think about this? Because they had to help him get that. Greg Olson's and like CMC was young at the end of the day, but like, what do those guys think? I don't know. Like, I think was Shaun there, or was it the other back, the all-time leading rusher for Carolina?
I need something about
Jonathan Stewart.
Jonathan Stewart. Was it Stewart there? I want to know if he. What do those guys think? Because I think they would rather have the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. Well, it's easy to say that though because they don't have an MVP though. So I don't know.
That's my point. So they didn't win MVP, but there's 11 versus 1, or 10 versus 1. So I guess you'd have to ask the question, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's selfish because I think the points he made make sense. It's hard to give up a award like that, but we also understand this is a quarterback award. Because we'd be talking about Saquon Barkley a lot better, a lot more today if it wasn't. I don't know, man. This is a tough one. Like, I don't know if I could go out. I don't know if we remember MVPs like we do champions, though. Do we? Like in 10 years, are you going to remember a Super Bowl champ or an MVP? It's an honest question. I don't know. I don't know.
It's tough. I mean, you probably remember Super Bowl champions a little bit more because the Super Bowl was such a big thing. But I do remember a lot of MVP. Like one of the big selling points for Peyton Manning, he got 4 MVPs. Aaron Rodgers got 4 MVPs. Like I know on top of it a lot of MVPs too. And the thing with MVPs is that like a lot of not all of them, of course, but a lot of MVPs got gold jackets too. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, damn, like to be just even mentioned, even if it was for 1 year, but be mentioned in the breath of the best to ever do it. It's just like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as a team sport, at some point though, we like, you want to play well. You want to, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to want success for yourself. I don't think that means I don't care about the team, but you just, you want to play well. And if you're able to be the best, that's tough. That's tough.
Look, we got, his backup is a good friend of mine. His backup's a good friend of mine who comes on our show, Derek Anderson, DA, who I talk to all the time. He would tell you that he was not selfish at all. Cam was a great team guy. He said Cam was a Cam player. But we're sitting here talking about Lamar Jackson MVP twice and not winning. We're talking about winning for him over his MVPs, aren't we?
Yeah. But I think it's only because, and especially if he wins this year, it's like it's his 3rd one. So it's like, all right, like you already did that a couple times. So it just, we're trying to look for the next thing as a fan. You know what I mean? Cam had 1 MVP. So it's like, you gonna trade your 1 MVP for Super Bowl? I'm like, Now Lamar, to that, I'm glad you brought Lamar up. Lamar might trade away one of his. God bless you. He might trade one of his because he got a few of them. If only got 1, you know what I'm saying? That's tough.
He's still a 1%er though.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm not saying that to like discredit Cam.
They're both Heisman and MVPs.
Yeah, and Cam played in Super Bowl and went 15-1 that year. That's what I'm saying. Cam was a bad boy. So like, I just
Carolina.
Right.
Who we're talking about is the worst franchise in football right now, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So
He brought them back to life. Yeah, so like.
Yeah, I don't know. Cam just makes noise right now. He's doing content, like he said on our show. He's a content creator now. He's doing content like mother. He got beef with Steve Kim, Whitlaw. He got old girl on there, the baby mama. What's the name? Who Sean King not very happy with Cam. He like, I don't know about this take. So there's a lot going on with Cam right now. He on ESPN right now with Stephen A. So like, I don't know. There's a lot of guys out there that's won Super Bowl. There's a few guys that we can call anomalies that have won Super Bowls that are not even close to a Cam Newton talent. Foles, Trent Dilfer, Flacco. You know, we can call. There's a lot of guys out there, but I don't know. I find it hard as a player and a coach. Like,
yeah, it's tough.
I feel for my players that didn't win it, even though you got the MVP. But then I feel for Cam, you earned the MVP that year. I mean, that's a thing you're going to die with too. So it's a tough deal, man. I don't know. I get what he's saying, but I also like, fuck. As a coach, obviously, I want to win the fucking thing. I don't care about your individual accolade. So, like, it's a tough one for me. It is what it is. I got to ask you, though, real quick, transition to some NBA. Do you think this is true? And I know you won't. You probably won't. But do you think this picture I'm about to show you is true about the 4 heads that have ruined the current NBA?
Define ruined.
Joel Embiid's played 400 games, missed 466. Okay. Kawhi Leonard has almost doubled, missing more than he's played. Jimmy Butler is about as enabled as you can imagine a guy being. Bitched and moaned about getting out of Philly, bitching and moaning now. He's been suspended for a 4th time. He's going viral because his credit card was declined, jokingly doing that, overplaying this year. And then LeBron's moved around more than United Van Lines and depends on super teams. Are these 4 guys right now, and then obviously throwing in forcing his son to play when J.J. Redick clearly said he didn't want to play him. That shit was crazy. Have you heard that shit? Have you seen that soundbite? Where are you at with could arguably the 3 on the right miss more than they play? The guy on the left at least plays. Where are you at with these 4 guys right here setting a tone for the rest of the young guys coming up, saying we can load manage all we want because these guys still got multiple contracts and multiple hundreds of $1 million contracts at that and don't even have to show up to work, Smitty. That's my take. So go ahead and try to kill it.
No, I ain't trying to really kill it. I mean, you know where I stand. I don't like load management, like true load management. I don't like when players are literally just missing games because they're trying to preserve their body. Like they got a back-to-back. They play the first game, sell the next one just because. Only thing about this picture right here is that these guys are actually like hurt. Like to my knowledge, Embiid is actually hurt. He gets hurt a lot, unfortunately. He's injury prone. I know that's annoying, but he's actually legit hurt. He's been out for a minute. It's not like he's just sitting out right now just to do it. He's literally hurt. Kawhi Leonard. Huh?
But we're assuming on that too, though. To be fair, we're assuming that he's hurt because I don't know. I've seen videos. This motherfucker is at practice after a shoot around. He's doing backflips. Have you seen this motherfucker doing backflip somersaults and don't play in the game that night? And I'm like, nah, I don't know too many cats that could 7 foot could do a backflip somersault and not play in the game. Is there something?
I ain't seen that. That's crazy.
Real shit on my daughter. I saw.
I ain't seen it.
I'm like, and that's like Zion doing the windmill and then not playing. Remember, he took all that heat.
Yeah, but a lot of that wasn't him. He was up like the coach. That was coach's decision. With Zion,
the point I'm making is we don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the Zion was different. It wasn't like they had him on some little management plan, whatever, for his health. It was his fault. Like
I think he's milking it. But like, when do we know that he ain't milking it to get out of a bad situation or what he thinks a bad situation because he ain't.
Technically speaking, we don't know. I guess is what I'm saying. But
I'm hearing your boy Fox in Sacramento's kind of been doing a little bit of a shitbird act to get moved out of Sac too.
De'Aaron Fox, yeah, I've been hearing rumors about De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, it might be coming to LA.
So I hear he's going to San Antonio, but who knows? Yeah, we all hear it. So like, But to me, that's classless. A place drafted you, a place paid you, and a fan base loves you. And for you to do these acts to move and get out, a transfer portal, so to speak, type of act, to me is childish behavior. It's immature, and it's basically a slap in the fans that pay your salaries faces. I think it's childish and classless. I'm going to say it like that as nice as I can. I think it's classless and childish. I'm not going to call him nothing. I'm just going to – I think it's classless and childish for all these guys. And I think the same goes for Jimmy Butler at an all-time high because he has a track record of doing this multiple places. And you're doing it to a legend, Pat Riley, who's giving you the keys. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know, man.
Jimmy Butler's credit, though. I mean, that motherfucker, what he gave Miami is everything, though. Like we've seen him take the Miami. He has played in 2 finals since Jimmy Butler has been there as the leader, and those were good teams. Don't get me wrong, but those 2 years we did not look at Miami at the beginning of the year like, oh yeah, this Miami team will be in the finals. It was because of like obviously Coach Spo. Shout out to Coach Spo. Shout out to the others, but Jimmy Butler is the leader of that team. And
to be honest, though, I know enough about hoop that East for his 2 runs were horrible. They're not this Boston Celtic, Cleveland Cav.
The Celtics been there though. That Celtics core been there. You can say they're a little younger, I guess, but they played out the Celtics a couple years ago. So like, I can't say that. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum.
That was Marcus Smart team. That wasn't this team. That was a Marcus Smart team.
Yeah,
that wasn't this.
Still was a good ass team though.
Yeah,
bro.
but they weren't this loaded.
I'm saying the Bucks, like all I'm saying is I'm not gonna discredit that. At the end of the day, every year is his own entity. We can do that for everybody. Every year there's ways to maneuver. At the end of the day, you took the Heat team to 2 finals. Did they lose? Yes, but the fact that they got there on the roster that they had, I gotta give Jimmy Buckets a lot of credit. Now, do I agree with how he's moving right now? Nah, I wouldn't do it. But I think him and Pat Riley got beef right now. You know, from my knowledge, I think it's a situation where Jimmy's upset on 2 things. Number 1, I think he wanted some sort of extension that he's not getting. But then number 2, he's looking at the roster around him, and he feels like the Heat has not made proper moves to bring pieces around him to truly try to go after a championship. So he feels like, damn, what am I doing here? Y'all not trying to pay me like an extension. Y'all not bringing players here to try to win a championship, so we're not going to win. So it's like, what we do? So I think that's the foundation of it, to my understanding, and that's what's causing this whole beef. You know, Pat Riley don't give a fuck. He old school. He's like, all right, man, you don't play. We suspend you. And he type of dude to not trade you too. Just not play you, not trade you, and just sit there. You know, so like it's just one of those things where they're both trying to like put their nuts on the table and just see who's gonna fold first. And I think it's time to just go ahead and move on, cut bait. You know. Yeah, I hope he holds them there. Like we gotta break that trend. Like cats get in their own way. They're prima donnas. They're spoiled babies. They get $200-300 million and still get their way. Like get their cake and eat it too. I think I wish that motherfucker stop. I want to see him play and all that shit, but I also like, man, we gotta stop with the allowability to just do what you want and get paid and sit out. Like what? Like there's no accountability, homie. There's no something got to give, Smitty. Like, okay, trade them then. Yeah. But we don't have to trade you unless you play X amount of games. Right. Like go figure out a way to professional until we ship you. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know, you're getting paid, Smitty. Show up. He had a pride thing. When they finally brought him back after the 5-game suspension, he's at practice, and they say, as a disciplinary act, hey, you're coming off the bench. And he motherfucker pouts and walks off and goes and cries in the car. Like, come on, homie. Like, that's that shit, though, to me, that's just like, even Matt Barr in the stat called him out. And that's crazy. They called him out and was like, that's some bitch shit. Like, Matt said it straight up. So, to me, like finish out what you're supposed to do it right there, and then go get traded if that's the case, and go and do your thing. Houston Rockets are a team in the West though that's shocking everybody, and they can beat anybody. I'm not surprised, bro. If you paid attention to last year, but did they go get a Butler? Did they get a Butler to go over the hump? Shit. They got some young dogs over there who playing hard, and shout out to Coach Ime Udoka. I know he had a situation and the Celtics. And
What's the name?
He made Udoka. I know he had a situation where he got caught up.
Mr. Fucking
Sleeping with the staff or whatever, and but he was a great coach. Always has been. I mean, he led the Celtics to the final two, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he was a hell of a coach too. And now listen, the Celtics' new coach, seemed to be a great coach too. They had a couple of great coaches underneath their staff, but Udoka takes a young Houston Rockets team who was really bad. And if you look at last year, we saw signs of growth. Towards the end of the year, they were fighting for a play-in spot. And so it's like, okay, this team, you kind of saw them trending upwards. And now this year, to your point, they look good, and maybe they are a piece of it. Maybe Jimmy Butler goes there and he's the difference and makes them really true contenders. That's a good.
But Butler does this everywhere, though. He's done it every team he's been on. That's a trend to me. Like, I don't know if I could risk that on a young nucleus. I don't know if I could cancel it up. Like, I could see Butler being a Laker over that, or a Sun, or a Golden State Warrior over that with some older cats.
He's probably better with vets because vets can understand. Think about Jimmy. From my understanding, he's a guy who's gonna play hard, practice hard. He's gonna talk shit. He's gonna be tough, and he's gonna hold you accountable. And I think certain players, young players, or just players who ain't mentally as tough, like in the situation, I know like him and Cat got into it. Young Cat, and it just didn't work out. Now this is the first time, in my understanding, that Jimmy's doing all this type of shit though, where he's missing practice, being late to the plane. I ain't never heard none of that stuff, but there's always some sort of storyline around Jimmy. That part.
Speaking of NBA, though, let's stay right there. Adam Silver has come out and a guy who I think's destroyed the NBA, by the way, has basically said, is there a video of this, Bailey? Because I want you to hear it.
I'm probably in a minority. As we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are. I mean, putting aside what it means for records and things like that, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with sort of modern television habits. I don't think people in arenas aren't asking us to shorten the game, but I think as a television program, being 2 hours, that's Olympic basketball is 2 hours. College basketball, of course, is.
Yeah, but if you like it, I'd say it has kind of a little bit of a push there.
Yeah, but it's such a dramatic change to the game. I mean, I think something like that would have to be talked more about.
Yeah, I mean, something I think you just leave the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about less games for the players, too many games.
So you want to play the girls' game?
Oh yeah, because the girls do the girls do is it 4 quarters? I think they do the 40 minutes, right? 4 quarters of 10 minutes.
By the way, you're not the only league that plays 48 minutes. You're wrong. And number 2, the NFL plays 60 minutes. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Am my math off? Am I tripping?
Maybe he meant the only basketball league, maybe?
It doesn't matter.
I think he meant basketball league. Like, you come on college.
This guy, Smitty, God damn, I got to do a rant. This guy continues to this guy wants to, he's ruined the All-Star game. He's ruined the fucking the All-Star weekend. He's added this play-in tournament bullshit that's fucking weirdos fucking arenas and changed the court to fucking neon lights and fucking gate it up. And then you got this fucking, now you want to change the minutes? You want to give them more for giving less and pay them more than ever. Get the fuck out of here, you weirdo alien-looking fuck. Go, you take your ass to fucking Area 51, you weirdo fucking big-eared fucking goofball. He's ruined the sport, homie. I can't even watch the fucking NBA. Look at this weirdo fuck. He looks like fucking Will Smith with a naked dickhead. Get the fuck out of here, you big-eared fuck. Get this motherfucker out of here. You ruined the game I love growing up watching, homie. This motherfucker right here has ruined it, homie. Let's keep it funky. You have fucking absolutely destroyed the basketball, homie. Single-handedly, this fucking weirdo. He single-handedly ruined the game, Smitty. And you've even said it, Smitty, defender of all things. that basketball is harder to watch than it's ever been. Just all they do is just threes, don't play D, fucking instant replay interview, fucking flagrant foul is a regular common foul, fucking soft pussies allow these. No, now you have to play a certain amount of games. So this motherfucker's allowed you to miss games, pay you more, allow you to dress like a fucking weirdo, Russell Westbrook looking ass. This shit is ridiculous, homie. Keep allowing that shit and wonder why we're the softest, worst fucking degenerate ass league ever. By the way, your fan base don't go no more. You're the lowest viewed ever under your watch. You're the lowest revenue drawing. You're the fucking shittiest all-star game ever. And the dunk contest means nothing anymore because your stars won't do it because you don't demand it. You ain't no fucking leader. You weirdo fuck. Anyway, Smitty, moving on amicably.
Yeah, I don't know if the 40-minute format will be beneficial. I think some things you leave it alone. You just keep the 48 minutes the way it is. You're already talking about playing less games. Now you're talking about doing less minutes. Then you're letting people sit out, and then it's like, damn. At some point, it's like, all right, to your point, you got to do something. You got to have some sort of discipline, some sort of rules, And I'm a player first guy, but it can't just be 100% what the players want to do. Like, come on now. At some point, you got to put your balls on the table and be a boss and like, nah, this is what we're doing. And listen, I think he's trying to like bring some competitive fire back. I know you don't like the in-season tournament, but the purpose of that is to bring some excitement in early in the season, and the players, you do see the teams competing harder for those games because players, or naturally as athletes, you're competitive. So if you give them something to play for, they're gonna play a little harder. So I actually don't mind the play-in. Even this All-Star weekend, and I ain't gonna lie, maybe we talk about this a little bit tomorrow. There's like some new rule for All-Star weekend this year that I'm just now being aware of. It's like 4 different teams, JB. It's like a whole nother like confusing element they add to All-Star because he keeps trying to find ways to incentivize the players to play hard. And listen, he's the leader, so he deserves some blame. But at some point, though, you also just got to blame the players because at the end of the day, he can't literally make the players play hard. He can't literally make the stars go in the dunk contest. Back in the 90s, the stars just wanted to dunk. They wanted to compete in dunk contest, so you didn't have to force them. But now he can't force John Morant to go participate. He can't force Zion to go participate. There's no way to. I mean, I don't think it's ever been that way. I just think the best players like Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, they wanted to do it. Players now don't want to do it. Why? Because there's so much money being made from their brands, State Farm, their contracts, to where they don't want to take the risk of going up there for a crazy dunk, hurting themselves, not missing out on money. Everything's money. And as a player, I want them to make their bank. But to your point, JB, there's a cause and effect to everything. And with them making more money, it's causing players to be less competitive. And I don't like that piece.
Bullshit. Didn't you just see the fact, didn't you just fucking say that all of a sudden that the fucking all-star play or the play-in tournament is giving excitement? You know what's fucking exciting? Doing your fucking job that you're paid for and play hard and fucking not have no bullshit-ass gay fouls that's reviewed for 30 fucking minutes when I got this fucking $300 million fucking prima donna that I'm forcing feeding to play for my organization. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, you soft pussy. Make these motherfuckers play or don't pay their motherfucking ass. I got to create a fucking play-in tournament. And by the way, Smitty, didn't a great Kobe Bean Bryant just pass away? Didn't we celebrate his 5th anniversary of his passing?
We did.
Kobe be turning over in his motherfucking grave right motherfucking now if we're fucking making this fucking rule changing the minutes per game. You fucking kidding me? Kobe Bryant would be fucking turning over in his motherfucking grave right now that this motherfucker wants to go. So guess what? All the shit that I did and all the time I put in, now we're going to change the motherfucking minutes? Get the fuck out of here. But moving on amicably, Smitty.
I mean, you make a good point though, Jason. I just think that some stuff is out of Adam Silver's hands. I just think that some stuff he's not really. I don't understand. Like You know, he is trying. For example, he made a rule where if you miss X amount of games, you're not eligible for any in-season awards, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, except like for Joel Embiid already has missed too many games to even be accepted to any awards. So I think he's trying.
Isn't that motherfucker an American now? Doesn't that motherfucker play America in the Olympics? This motherfucker don't even play no game. You ain't representing America, motherfucker. Take your fucking French ass out somewhere else and do a somersault, motherfucker. You don't even play for Philly. Philadelphia, homie. Isn't that like the fucking town of America? Like that, the blue collar motherfucking town, and your fan base is allowing this motherfucking French motherfucking 7-footer to miss games? What's your thought on that, Smitty?
I guess my question is this: What should Adam Silver do? How can Adam Silver force Joel Embiid to play? Because at the end of the day, if I'm a player, I'm gonna say, "Hey, I'm having knee pain," and there's no way for Adam Silver to dilute that. Same thing with NFL. When players trying to get new contracts, we heard Jalen Ramsey years ago. He said, "My back hurt," and then just sat out during camp. So my point is, like, there's certain things where as a leader, there's just no way. There's nothing you can do about it. It's out of your hands.
Motherfucker create new fucking trophies for these soft pussies. We got the fucking Magic Award. Now we got the Jordan Award. Now we got the fucking in-season award. How many more motherfucking things you gonna give these motherfucking pussies? What's your take on that?
I mean, I do think it is too many trophies now. It's kind of, we're in the era where everybody gets a trophy. You get a trophy. I get a trophy. They get a trophy. And, you know, back in the day, even when I played, it was like it was this and that, and that was it. And we knew what we were fighting for. But now there's so many trophies that people are getting confused. I just think we're just trying shit, don't work. Trying shit, don't work.
I feel bad as fuck for Tyrese Maxey, homie, who goes out and drops 40 a night and busts his motherfucking ass, has to show up to work like every motherfucking buddy else and gets to see this French motherfucking bitch not show up and have to go to work. I feel sorry for Maxey. That motherfucker should be the one demanding a trade sitting out, not Embiid's soft motherfucking ass. If I was Maxey, I'd be going in there right now to that alien-looking motherfucker and say, you better not shorten the motherfucking minutes, and you better get this fuck out of here and let me go ask for a trade, homie. I want to go play for a team that wants to win. Fuck that. Why Maxey can't do it, homie? But fucking Embiid can? You know what the French are good for? Rolls and porn. That's it.
I never heard anything about. Well, I've heard the term French porn. I never really watched French porn, so I didn't know. I don't know what makes them elite. You also, one thing about you, Jason, that I've told you before, you're real loose with the B word. Me and you, we've grown up in certain areas in the hood, and we know that, you know, the power of that word and what can be done to you when you say that word. And for you to just go out there and call these athletes, for this, in this example, Joel Embiid, the B word, I think it's just inappropriate. You know, I think you could be mad at him and go at his basketball on court skills or tactics, but to call him out of his name in that reference when you don't know the man, I think it's a step too far. I think you should apologize.
Matt called Jimmy Butler one.
No, he did.
On everything he did. Go look at the show.
It ain't. I haven't seen it on anywhere.
It is out. It is out. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Homie, pull it up, baby. It's on YouTube, homie. I bet you let's bet right now.
He verbatim called him a bitch.
Yes. How much you want to bet?
Or did he say stop bitching?
No, he said it's a bitch move. What's the difference? It's a bitch move.
A little different.
What's the difference? No, it's not a little different, homie. Listen, man.
It's levels to bitch. It's like
listen.
Bitch, say it's a bitch move is number 2, and then stop bitching is number 3. It's levels to it. You know it. Don't play around.
I told a story on that show. So I grew up and I know Kawhi's daddy. I was a head coach at Compton College in 08. And I used to go down Wilmington to a car wash gas station that Kawhi's dad owned, Carl. And I was there the night he got killed. True story. And he used to tell me, my son's the next Kobe. True story. And I'd be like, yeah, whatever, dog. Woo, woo, woo. And his son was in high school, playing at Riverside King, because the dad moved him out here with his sister out here to Riverside, California. Played at Riverside King. Told me the next Kobe. if he was still alive, rest in peace, I wouldn't be saying he's a liar. That motherfucker was close. He was getting close. That motherfucker Kawhi was a motherfucker. He was getting close. I'm not going to ever put nobody on Kobe's level, but he was getting fucking close. Like, that motherfucker had the nothing guts, the it factor, last second game winners. Like, that motherfucker was what? Championship?
Mid-range assassin, great defender, one on multiple teams.
And I saw the motherfucker play Taft High School in L.A. in the Valley, beat them, had like 30. Then the next night they had to play Compton Dominguez. All my boys were coaching and playing. I grew up with that team, obviously, Tyson Chandler and you know, all the greats that came through there, the Prince brothers, Tayshaun, and you know, all these great players that came through, Kenny Bruner and Brandon Jennings and all the guys that went through there. And they got beat. Dominguez beat them, beat Kawhi and them. I think Kawhi was a sophomore in 08. I want to say sophomore, junior maybe. I forgot. But I went to the Dominguez game and watched them play against those guys that were all fucking loaded at Dominguez. Dominguez won it all, of course. And then Brandon Jennings, I think, transferred, went to Oak Hill Academy. But anyway, I was like, damn, you ain't lying, Carl. But while I'm at the game, he died, homie. No one knew. He got shot and killed that day that Kawhi lost his playoff game against Dominguez. True story. Go check it out. But anyway, I don't know shit.
And they say that, you know, I don't know, but they say that changed Kawhi. You know how people go at Kawhi's personality's a little awkward, he don't talk and all that. You find old videos he's in college or even younger than college, in high school, he's joking and laughing and doing all that. So I don't know. You know, I'm not around. So.
Super Bowl champs have come out of Dominguez, Richard Sherman, Brandon Browner. I mean, the list goes on and on. Football, basketball, baseball. Dominguez and Compton had so many legitimate guys come through there. We got some real talk with Jaw, Jack, and Smitty to end the show. And let's get your take on this.
The most racist white people aren't so proud of being white. My dude, you're the worst at all the things white people are supposed to be good at. I get it. While whiteness is the only thing you have, like, you suck. It's like a 5'2" unathletic black dude who can't flow or talk or rap or dance and definitely can't play ball being like, yo, blacks are superior to everyone. You're like, yeah, I agree largely, but they missed you, didn't they, pimp? Every time I meet a racist white person, I'm just like, I get it. I get that's the only thing you have left to hold on to. It's sad. If someone's really upstanding version of their race and they're racist, you're like, whoa, that hits. But I've yet to meet anybody like that.
I don't know what he said.
Let's hear it again. Real talk or Jaw Jack, and let's play it one more time.
So proud of being white. A lot of the most racist white people aren't so proud of being white. My dude, you're the worst at all the things white people are supposed to be good at. I get it. While whiteness is the only thing you have, like, you suck. It's like a 5'2" unathletic black dude who can't flow or talk or rap or dance and definitely can't play ball being like, yo, blacks are superior to everyone. You're like, yeah, I agree largely, but they missed you, didn't they, pimp? Every time I meet a racist white person, I'm just like, I get it. I get that's the only thing you have left to hold on to. It's sad. If someone's really upstanding version of their race and they're racist, you're like, whoa, that hits. But I've yet to meet anybody like that.
Real talk or Jaw Jacket?
I don't even know. He said a lot of shit. This one. I think he's racist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he said all that shit. I think he's fucking racist. I think this motherfucker.
He sounded like a simp to me, Bailey. He sounded like a little bitch. I don't know.
Now on the real, it sounded like one of them dudes who's just trying to like get some points with black people.
Make content. Was that Ron?
Nah, Ron. You know, Ron would be completely on the other side. Ron would be like, nah, like black people, we should be racist against them. We should, like, he loves, Ron's an open racist. This guy right here, I think he's trying to like get some cool points with the black people to show that he's like one of us. He wants to show that he's an ally, and maybe he is. I don't know, but he just wants to show that. I don't know this guy at all. I don't know him from Adam. So I mean, I guess in a nutshell, what he was saying was racist white folks are like the worst white folks. I guess. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I really don't know. It was a lot of shit going on. His music was playing. His camera was switching right back and forth. that video gave me anxiety every time I watched it. So like, there's a lot going
Uber,
on.
I'm right here.
This Uber, this ain't Uber Eats. Hold on.
I mean, Liv, can you unlock the door?
You can't get in here. Look at my tire. No, you can't get in here, man. No. You gotta order an XL. I don't understand you trying to be cheap. Order XL.
This man talking about I can't get in his car. He talking about I can't fit in this car when I get in cars like this all the time. But I get in cars like this all the time. My friend got a car like this, and I get in her car all the time.
Be back with another one when he thought it wasn't gonna be nothing unless something do hit different. Now, what's your side of the story?
I'm suing Liv for discrimination, point blank, period.
Discrimination
yes,
is
discrimination.
It's crazy.
I order an XL.
Now, hold on. Now you know you couldn't fit in that car.
I can't fit in that car.
You can't.
Yes, I can't fit in that car.
Man, y'all heard it right here first. Who's with J Mac?
You sue.
Yeah, that's how you end the show. That's a good one right there. That's funny. I like that. That's funny. That's it. For all the new folks, if y'all ain't seen the video of the woman getting denied the lift because of her weight, go check that out. But this was a skit based upon
She
that.
performing at the JB's Super Bowl party.
Y'all see the video of her dancing on the wall and stuff, doing all that weird, like that stuff was crazy. Hold on. What'd he say to him?
You don't want to talk about that, huh?
What'd he say to him?
You don't want to talk about that on KCBD.
We gonna open the show with that tomorrow. There you go.
You don't want to talk about that on KCBD. That's the secret weapon.